Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to week one of the 2026 high school football season live on Lake TV, presented by our friends at All-American Termite and Pest Control. We're live here in Osage Beach for School of the Osage. Week one is the Hall of Famer Mike Bissell, and I'm William Holtz to bring you your Central Ozarks Medical Center pregame show. And Mike, man, the wait is officially over. Week one is here.
Well, I tell you what, it always seems to sneak up on you just a little bit. You know, late August, since they've expanded the playoffs, it's starting earlier and earlier every year, it seems, but we're ready to go tonight.
It's going to be a good one as far as the hometown. The Osage Indians, a huge year a season ago. We're going to tell you about that. We're going to let you hear from head coach Shannon Jolly. Also going to talk about the visiting Bolivar Liberators, second-year head coach Robert Clardy. We're going to let you hear from him, and they got some experience at the quarterback position that we're going to tell you about that and a whole lot more. To get you ready for week one of the high school football season on our COMC pregame show right here on Lake TV.
Championship football starts with a great defense, and so does protecting your home. Before termites break through, before spiders take over your dock, before ants, wasps, rodents, and unwanted pests move in, call the defense that's been winning since 1971. All-American Termite and Pest Control doesn't just respond to pests, they stop them before they become a problem. Defense you can count on. This season, trust the team protecting homes across the Lake of the Ozarks. All-American Termite and Pest Control, proud presenting sponsor of live high school football on Lake TV. Getting and staying healthy has never been easier with COMC. With convenient locations throughout the lake area, including our Hy-Vee location in Osage Beach, care is always close to home. From pediatrics and OBGYN care to behavioral health, dental, primary care, and now offering optometry with our mobile unit. COMC provides high-quality health care for everyone, regardless of insurance or ability to pay. We accept Medicaid, Medicare, private insurance, and self-pay. Getting healthy is easy with COMC, where your health is our mission.
Back on our COMC pregame show to get you ready for week one of the high school football season. And we're at School of the Osage, Mike, and talking about those Osage Indians, a huge year. But before we tell you about them, let's set the stage with the visitors. Bolivar Liberators, and they come under second-year head coach Robert Clardy, but he is no newcomer to football in Bolivar.
No, not at all. It's SBU, Southwest Baptist College. It's a good program down there. Was a coach for 18 years, so he didn't have to move very far to take the job with the high school. And I always get a kick out of their name, the Liberators. It's named after Simon Bolivar, who was known as the El Liberator of South America. He freed 7 countries in South America from the rule of the Spanish conquistadors. So
Wow.
that's where he gets the name. I think it's kind of clever, actually.
That's super cool, and I think that people back in Bolivar will appreciate your research because I had no idea, but you always wonder with some of these mascots, right?
Yeah.
Like, what is a Liberator? And so if you were wondering, now you know. And when you say, Mike, that Coach Clardy coached at SBU for 18 years, the last 10 as their head coach, and he's actually the winningest coach all time in Bearcat history. And so season one, getting the program started, taking over. They go 3-7. But they showed signs last year.
They had 4 games. It was one-score games, losses. So you're right there. They're that much more experienced this year. He's got a nice coaching staff to work with him and has that experience. You have to expect that to be a good challenge for Osage tonight.
Yeah, and he was high energy, really great to talk to. I had the great pleasure of catching up with him right down on the field just a minute ago.
Yeah, you know, obviously the guys are just ready to go against somebody else for a full game. The jamboree obviously kind of gets rid of a little bit of those jitters, but and then being able to do it, you got to do it on the road to do it, face it in a tough crowd, tough environment. We're going to face some adversity today, not just in the game, but also with the crowd, and that's what we'd expect on the road. So excited to get out here and get this thing kicked off.
All right, when you think about football, it always starts with the quarterback at every level, and for you guys, very experienced quarterback. Touch on him.
Yeah, Chapel Banner's done a great job. He's a great leader for us, 2-year captain. Just a student of the game. He can hurt you in multiple ways, running the ball, throwing the ball, but also just an an outstanding leader of our program on and off the field. So does a great job, and also just leading those guys on in the film room, all that stuff, making sure that they're fully prepared. Now he's in his second year with this new offensive scheme that we're running, and it's really started to open up for him, and he's really started to make just better decisions, get the ball to the playmakers in space, and he does a great job with that.
You talk about that offense a little bit, the style you guys installed last year. You hope to really get going tonight. What would be an ideal start in regards to the offense when you talk about this defense you're facing?
Well, looking at the Jamboree, we got to take care of the football, especially against a tough team like Osage. We can't put the ball on the ground like we did last week. We got to win the turnover margin. That's crucial for us tonight. Anytime you get in a big game like this, and last year was a one-possession game down to the wire, and we expect that kind of dogfight again. So we got to take care of the football and just get the ball to the guys in space. We want Chap to make great decisions, guys to block downfield and just spring big plays, because it's going to take that versus an Osage defense.
All right, now when you talk about your opponent, the Osage Indians, I know they got a lot of fresh faces, but what's some of the things that you really are keying in on or might have you worried a bit?
Yeah, obviously just the way Coach Jolly coaches these guys. We know that the whole staff does a great job preparing them. They're tough, they're gritty, they're going to come out. It doesn't matter how many guys they graduated. They've got a lot. They had a great JV team last year when we played them. It was the same thing. They got after us a little bit. So that tradition, that culture, kind of just all the way through the program. And I could see it in the middle school, just watching them practice before we came out. Those middle school coaches do a great job. So it's just coaching staff and culture. We know we're going to have a tough opponent tonight and them. So it doesn't matter how many fresh faces, they're going to be ready to go.
Coach, I'll end with this. You talk about culture, and with culture comes familiarity, and nothing's more familiar to you than the town of Bolivar. Talk about how crucial and how important the town of Bolivar is to you and your family, and just how much you love being the head coach of the Liberators.
Absolutely. Whenever given the opportunity, a lot of these players I've known since they were little kids, because I've got my daughters going through high school and middle school. My son's coming up through the grade system in football, and just Bolivar's been home to us for almost 20 years now. It's been very supportive of me and my family, and I wouldn't want to coach anywhere else. And I love the support we get, and just being able to build something all the way from that third grade, even kindergarten, all the way through, and just building a program alignment, and just seeing the culture of football, get back to what it's been at Bolivar. We've had great tradition for years, from Coach Johnson down to Coach Potts and Coach Rote, and all the way through. Just a lot of great coaches and great tradition. That's what we want. And whenever football's going great, there's a lot of great traditions and culture set in there within the high school program. So we're excited to see that continue, and I love the support we're getting from them.
That is Bolivar head coach Robert Clardy. Coach, thank you so much, and good luck tonight.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, Mike, you heard him allude to quarterback Chapel Banner, who's the senior, and he gets third year of experience. Now, he started some as a sophomore. He was their starter a season ago, and so coming in as the senior, he's got that experience under his belt, and that typically bodes well when you get that kind of experience going into your senior year.
All I have to do is ask Coach Jolly, who had the same starter for 3 years with Trustee Maverick, Maverick Trustee, I should say. But that Banner name should sound a little bit familiar to Lake area people. His father, Dwayne Banner, was an excellent player for the Eldon Mustangs in the late 80s, I believe. His younger brother, Darren, was an outstanding player on the team that started 27-0 his senior year and lost in the sectional game, too.
Some teams don't have that many wins their whole varsity life, right? Yeah. So you got Banner, who that name sounds familiar. He's their signal caller, wears number 2, so be watching for him. Also, Braden Long, the senior, he's a big play threat, and they said he had a really good spring. They were really impressed with how strong he got this offseason, and so look for him. He wears number 6, and the big one, and I want to call out Colt Hill. He's only a sophomore, Mike, but a year ago as a freshman, he started both ways. He got carries out of the backfield, and he's also really their leader on defense at the middle linebacker position. And he's also, Coach says, one of their emotional leaders. So that's a lot on a 15-year-old kid. And so Colt Hill be looking for him. Now, one thing to note for Bolivar, they returned 6 offensive starters, Mike, only 1 on the offensive line.
Wow, okay.
So that's big. The lone returner is Milo Griffin, and he's a senior. Big anchor for them, but it'll be interesting to see how some of those newcomers do on the line against Osage.
Yeah, that's something that you just have to deal with as a high school coach. You're going to have player turnover. There's going to be churn. You have to bring new kids in. And kind of as you work along, maybe say, okay, this kid maybe can help me in the future. I'm going to give him a little bit of playing time this year so he just doesn't come in cold the next season. I believe this coach and most of the high school coaches we deal with certainly are aware of that fact.
Yeah, no doubt. And then they return 7 starters defensively, and they want to keep a high-tempo offense. They want to keep the defense moving sideline to sideline and stretch them up the seams, and so they're going to rely on Banner to run that spread offense, and it'll be interesting to see. But for them, it's year 2 under head coach Robert Clardy. That's always big to take that next step, right? Your quarterback in his 3rd year. 13 starters returned, and they're eager, probably, I would think, Mike, to avenge the Week 1 loss a year ago, just a 1-score game.
Yeah, close game. And something to consider, too, is I don't understand this, but they released the district seeding, not the seeding, but the assignations this year for the teams, and they do it on the morning of the first game. Not sure what the reason is, but that's what they do. School of the Osage got bounced up. They're in Class 4 this year. They're probably in the bottom 5 in school population, but they're in Class 4 this year with Warrensburg, Moberly, Mexico, Marshall, and Knob Noster, Leeton, and Kirksville. And Bolivar's still in Class 4, but they lost West Plains. They got bounced up into Class 5.
So those are your district classes. We'll follow that all season long and start talking about districts. You guys know the Osage Indians. They won a district championship a year ago, their first in 11 years. So when we return to our COMC pregame show, we're going to let you hear from head coach Shannon Jolly and talk about a lot of those fresh faces about to make their debut, at least as a starter for the Osage Indians.
Life truly is all about memories, but more importantly, those we create those memories with. And at Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes, our staff focuses on the families we serve.
They were fantastic. It just took a lot of weight off of our shoulders. They are incredibly thoughtful and genuine. They are just there to support you and your family.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
Van Subaru proudly supports Children's Mercy. Children's Mercy has served our area for over 125 years with compassionate healthcare, life-changing research, and breakthrough innovations. We believe in their mission to provide world-class healthcare, creating more well-being for children and their families. Since 2009, Subaru and their retailers have donated over $256 million to charity, and we're grateful to support our local community. Learn more at vansubaru.com.
'Cause all roads lead to Van.
And we're back on our COMC pregame show. I'm William Holtz, joined by the Hall of Famer Mike Bissell, and it's year number 14 for Lake TV doing live high school football. Hard to believe how the time has flown, and we're back in Osage. We were here a lot a year ago. We followed them deep into the playoffs, not always live, but had some coverage, and they were fun a year ago, man. 9-3. Mike, the Maverick trustee, we talked about him, all-state punter, also 3-year starter, the winningest quarterback in this program's history. You also lost a lot of names defensively. Let's see, Brock Arrowwood running the football, right? 1,100-yard runner. Drake Williams, Jaden Wilkes, Nathan Grohl, Nick Joyner, Grant Wilson, Brady Clark, Robert Dubs, among others, all big names, right, in that big run for Osage. But they got a lot of impressive return men, and none bigger than their starting quarterback, who steps in to fill some very big shoes, the junior Blaine Sperling.
Yeah, and he got a few snaps last year, too, and I'm sure got a lot of snaps as a JV player. And he's ready. And Coach Jolly has been so successful. I'm sure he has these kids ready. I had some people tell me that they didn't look all that good at the Jamboree at Smith Cotton last week, but it doesn't matter. You're working on things. The Chiefs have won a Super Bowl since they won a preseason game. It doesn't matter. But I really look for them to be ready for them tonight. And 14 years? You're just a kid.
I know.
Man. You're just a kid.
Go ahead, tell us. Mike, how long have you been doing Lake Area high school sports?
48? I should have counted it up today. It just popped in my head here. I think it's 48.
Which means you started when you were 2.
Yeah,
officially.
they had to put me up on a stool so I could see over the counter.
It's good stuff, but Mike, a legend not just here at the Lake area, but in mid-Missouri, and still doing it as good as anyone. And when you talk about being week 1 high school football, this is really like the best week, because every team, all of their aspirations, all of their hopes right out in front of them. And I think it's fair to say that for Osage, following a year ago, expectations are probably a little higher around these parts coming in this season.
You get used to winning. You realize, hey, winning is fun. I'm out here. We're working so hard so that we can win. And we talk about district standings. Okay, you only play 9 games. So this is more than 1/10. It's like 1/11 of your schedule. You've got to get every point you can so you can get the best seeding in your district and have a chance to have home games or maybe a bye in the first round as well.
Yeah, and we've seen that be a huge thing for teams. Osage got it. You just never know, right? Because if you end up having some guys that are banged up, that could pay huge dividends. But it's so far away, and for week 1, you want to get these kids comfortable. We always see in week 1, right?
Yeah.
It's those jitters. You might see some turnovers, and we're just probably a minute or so away. We're going to include our national anthem with director Jeff Kyle and the Osage Band, and actually I think we're close. So we're going to direct our attention now down to the field and let you guys hear tonight's rendition of our national anthem.
At Thomas Construction, we're not just builders, we're part of the community, living and loving the lake life just like you. As a family-owned local business, we bring a personal touch to every project, whether it's a residential home, a commercial space, or a multifamily investment. We pride ourselves on the quality and integrity of our work, delivering outstanding results no matter what the scale. Our skilled team of professionals is with you every step of the way, transforming your vision of luxury living into reality. Thomas Construction, building legacies at the lake since 1975. At New Spring Wellness Center, we understand how hectic life can be and the stress that comes with it. We also understand that your health often gets forgotten about. Whether it's addiction, weight loss, or lack of energy, New Spring Wellness Center offers natural services you won't find other places. From our vitamin IV drips to our laser hair removal and everything else. Naturally better health is our focus at New Spring Wellness Center in Osage Beach. Call now to schedule your free consultation.
Opening night at School of the Osage. We got Indians head coach Shannon Jolly. Coach, week 1 of the season. Where would you rather be than right here, right now?
Good place to be, right? A bit of lake life.
All right, so we're coming into week 1. Bolivar, close game on the road last year. What can you say about this year's opponent in week 1?
Well, I just think on film, I think it's a better ball club. I think they're a year new into their system, and, we barely won that game last year. They had a hell of a team, and it was a dogfight towards the end. But, I'm really proud of our guys getting prepared. But every week 1 when we have Bolivar coming, it's a great opponent to have.
All right, I know we see some fresh faces, but I got to bring up an absolute huge season a year ago. What can a season like that do for a lot of these guys that got varsity time and are here starting this season?
I think it just it kind of reemphasizes the way we do things and try to reload a little bit. But our guys, they enjoyed the season last year, but like you said, there's new faces and guys that want to even be better. So it's another opportunity for us to get better.
All right, one thing that never changes when it comes to a Coach Shannon Jolly team is defense. What can we expect from the Indians defense tonight?
Well, we got some younger guys on the back end of the defense. It'll be interesting to see how they perform. So there's a little bit of some unknowns back there, but I know Coach Hess is super prepared. He does a great job, and his guys put the pieces together. It's just kind of for the kids to come out and fly around and swarm and punish, as he says.
Love it. Now, Coach, I got to ask, maybe people who didn't watch every game last year didn't know you guys were one of the top special teams unit in the entire state. A lot of games that put you guys in position to close it out down the stretch. You talk about Brady Clark and some of the kids you lost on special teams. How do you replace that this year?
Well, we've been working on it, but I mean, sometimes you can't replace it. You try to pick up in other areas, whether it be your coverage team or your protection. I mean, Maverick Trusty was our all-district punter. He flipped the field several times last year, but you don't necessarily focus on what you can't fix or get it back to where it's at. You try to build the rest of the pieces around them and make it as good as it was.
All right, got to talk about this. Off-season training up to the Jamboree. Where's your evaluation of the Indians coming into the season opener?
I'm excited about them. It's a great group of kids. We got fantastic kids. No discipline issues, in our program. And it just, it's a lot to be said about our staff and our coaches, and got a ton of people around us that are excited about helping them out. And, it's just another great year. And like I said, one more year in the program, hopefully 1 year better, and we'll find out more tonight.
All right, Coach Jolly, I appreciate your time. Good luck tonight, and hoping to talk to you after the game.
Good to see you, William. Take care, guys.
I'll tell you, he may not say it, but hanging out with Shannon Jolly at School of the Osage on Friday nights, there's no place I'd rather be than right here, right now.
Yeah, he's always really stern. Week one, he goes, I'm not smiling unless I get to talk to you after the game. So he's all business. But, man, Coach Jolly, I was doing some research. He's been a coach in Missouri for 35 years, 27 as a high school head football coach. That guy lives, breathes, and eats football. And what's funny, he also lives, breathes, and eats family. Believe it or not, he's got an amazing wife with 3 girls. Yeah. How ironic. God does things in mysterious ways. All he's known is boys his whole life, and now he's got 3 girls. But he loves being here at School of the Osage, and they are riding the momentum of last year's district championship, Mike. 11 years without one, and then boom, they get it. And even though they've graduated a lot, we told you, right? This Blaine Sperling, I've been watching him. Last year in practice and this offseason, he is thick and he is quick. That's a weird combination, right, for quarterback, because I would watch him in practice against the defensive one getting ready for the playoff run last year. They knew what play was coming, and he would leave those guys in his dirt or in the dust at times. And I'm like, man, can't wait to see when his time comes.
And he has to have a little chip on his shoulder because he's been watching Maverick for 3 years, even maybe if he was like in junior high. But he's probably got a little chip on his shoulder like, hey, I'm the guy now. And that's the kind of attitude you have to have from your quarterback. He's got to have a little bit of that I'm the guy attitude, and his players will feed off that as well.
Absolutely. And a couple others. Now, we saw him in a big way, Colt Butler, a year ago, number 2, a junior this year, but he was to do all things for the Indians a year ago, including so strong in the playoff run and their loss to St. Clair, a game they felt like they could have won, ended up losing 42-28 and gave it their all. Now, one returner, Hunter Schreiman, everyone thinks about him as a receiver, right? He was definitely the number 1 target for Maverick Trust a year ago. He was first team all-district, second team all-state defensive selection in the secondary, Mike. 62 tackles, 4 interceptions, 1 he took back to the house, a forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries. And he's actually questionable and maybe not playing because from what I hear, he may have got banged up at that last tail part of that jamboree.
And that's some big shoes to fill. When you've got an experienced defensive back, it allows you to do different things on defense because you know you've got that safety back there who can cover up mistakes by other players, and he's one of the good ones.
Yeah, we're looking forward in another one. Christian Herring at running back. You remember a year ago, he came on strong when he got some time, and so they expect him to do some big things. And so for Osage, they know they've been around winning football. Like a lot of them have had moments that they know what's expected of them. So now we get to put it all out here on Friday night and kind of see what have you learned through the offseason. And for these Indians, those are crazy Monday, Wednesday, Friday, all year long outside workouts. Didn't matter if there was snow, ice, 110-degree weather. They were outside doing something to get ready. And these young guys, we told you some of these sophomores they're used to it. They're ready. And so we're excited. It's the Bolivar Liberators right here at School of the Osage for week 1 of the high school football season on Lake TV, presented by All-American Termite and Pest Control. We'll be back on Lake TV in just a couple minutes as we get ready for kickoff.
Friday Night Lights, packed stadiums, school pride on full display. As families travel across mid-Missouri supporting student athletes, remember that getting there safely is more important than the final score.
Put the phone down, buckle up, and stay focused behind the wheel. Together, we can make every trip to the game a safe one. This Drive Safe, Boat Safe message is brought to you by Price & Randall, Injury Attorneys.
At Beck Wellness, we always say that if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your illness. Our goal is to make sure you're ready to enjoy all the lake has to offer, and more importantly, that you don't miss out on the moments that matter the most. From neuropathy, problems with your feet, hip, or back pain, and even a spinal tune-up. I'll make sure you're set to enjoy the moments that matter the most. I'm Dr. Mark Beck, inviting you to stop by for a consultation. But for now, back to this live high school game of the week on Lake TV.
So what are you in for? I had a few beers and I decided to drive. You? I stopped at a green light. I was high.
Dude, you can't be drunk or high while driving.
Yeah, that's illegal.
Even just slightly buzzed or high decreases your reaction time by at least 50%. What? It does.
Well, what did you guys do?
Us, we robbed the house.
Be a good guy. Don't drive drunk or high.
Back here on Lake TV for week 1 of the high school football season, and we conclude our Central Ozarks Medical Center pregame show from School of the Osage just in time for the coin toss. I am William Holtz, joined by the Hall of Famer Mike Bissell. And Mike, just a couple of minutes here to go while we're shaking out. I did want to mention just over the last year, the Lake area has lost a couple of very special individuals, coaches, and 2 individuals that made a huge impact on so many around this area.
Yeah, Dolly Parton passed on Tuesday, and that got me to thinking. That's normally kind of a dangerous thing. But it got me thinking, yeah, she deserved all the outpouring of love and respect for her life with her musical talents and with her philanthropic endeavors as well. But you think about all the people who are doing things and giving of themselves who don't get that kind of adoration. And we lost a couple of coaches. Gary Bernard, who I've known forever. He passed away this past summer, and he was the head coach at Versailles from 67 to 72, I believe it was. Was in a semifinal game in his classification in 1971. And then Glenn Lemon, who we both have known. You probably went to school with him, and I worked with him as he was the head coach, as the head coach of the Versailles Tigers for several years, and had a very good run. But these guys, they're not doing that to get rich. They're doing it because they like to work with kids, and did an exciting and wonderful job working with these kids for years. Gary, in particular, was an English teacher for over 30 years at Versailles High School, had me. He was our student council advisor as well. And Glenn Lemon was he was kind of a jokester. And you would not believe the turnout that for his funeral service up in Sedalia, from Sedalia originally. You wouldn't believe the turnout. That facility was packed. And all the respect for those two for giving their lives to educating kids.
Yeah, I would, because I know one person here tonight, Shannon Jolly, considers Coach Glenn Lemon, the great late coach Glenn Lemon, one of his greatest mentors and friends. And so we remember and we honor both Gary Bernard and Glenn Lemon. As we get ready, Osage, they're going to receive the football. Bolivar wins the toss, they defer, and we are officially underway on our game of the week, presented by All-American Termite and Pest Control, and that is a big kick right there from Waylon Cooper. That's going to go into the end zone for a touchback, Mike, and we don't have to wait long to get our first look at junior quarterback Blaine Sperling.
Yeah, good-looking kid, got all the moves, the footwork. In these early season games, the team that, if all the things being equal, the team that makes the fewest mistakes is going to win a contest like this. We'll see what young Mr. Sperling can put up with here for the School of the Osage Indians, coming off that 9-3 year.
So out of the shotgun, instead of under center on their first play, now numerous guys come in motion. First down going to be a carry on the ground, and that is defended well from Bolivar. The ball carrier is Gage Tournier. The senior gets the first tote and has just about 2, Mike.
Yeah, that was just a little slant off right tackle, and nothing there. Was jammed up pretty well by the defensive end on the near side. That's number 11, Caden Jump, just a sophomore, 5'11", 200. He jammed it up, and his help came from the linebacking position.
So on second down, they're going to go back to Tournier now, and he has a hole and cuts back across the 30. We stopped there, and real close to first down yardage and has a Beck Wellness Center first down. A slow developing play, good patience from Tournier, and a fresh set of downs for the Indians.
And I've got a good spot, too. I think he had the first down either way. But, yeah, nice run. And establishing that run inside really opens up everything else eventually for you.
So first down and 10. Ball's the 31-yard line. You alluded to it. These are new uniforms for Osage, Mike.
Different look. I mean, I'm used to the maroon.
First down now. It's going to be Herring gets the carry, tries to get outside, makes the first guy miss, and he'll be taken down after a good gain shy of the 40. And Christian Herring, that's his first carry, and we're looking to hear number 20's name a lot this season.
Yeah, 7 yards, and I think Osage maybe got it in the way with a bad block. It looked like one of the wingmen came back and kind of blindsided somebody, but no flag, so I'm wrong, and good gain for the Osage Indians on first down.
So second down and 3, and yeah, you love those 6-7 yard gains on first down. They open up a lot. Second down and short. Back to Herring. Tough run, falls forward, and what could have been a loss, Mike, ends up being a 2-yard gain and brings up third down and real short, although very well defended that time at the point of attack from Bolivar.
Yeah, that's an impressive run for Herring there. He was hit almost immediately, kept the feet churning and just kept sliding to the outside, got some leverage on that linebacker, and was able to get right up to the marker, but just a hair short.
4 plays from scrimmage, 4 carries thus far. Now, third down and short. Butler in motion, going to pitch out to Colt Butler. Tries to get the edge, runs into his own guy, and well defended from Bolivar. He loses yardage. He's shy of the 40 and going to bring a fourth down and short. So decision time here in the early going for Coach Shannon Jolly.
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting call when you just need inches really for the first down. The man in motion is going to draw a lot of attention, and everybody's going to flow to that side of the field where he's coming across, and it looks like Osage is going for it.
So fourth down and 1.
Oh, somebody moved.
Yeah, we do have a Slumberland Furniture penalty flag going to go against the Indians, back them up 5 yards, making that decision much easier. And I think it might have been just a hard count. And instead of fooling the defense, Mike, it was actually the offense that was fooled.
Yeah, and Osage does that set-go thing every time. And that time maybe he got his own guy that time when he went with a longer count, and it looks like Osage will punt. The punter will drop back to his own 20.
Blaine Sperling, he says, hey, if Maverick got to punt as the QB, I also get to punt as the QB.
Man, that's a deep drop. He's 15 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Gets off a good punt away from the return man. It's going to bounce out about the 33-yard line, so officially a 28-yard punt, and Bolivar takes over first and 10 at their own 33. So that was a good drive, some good runs, and on third down and fourth down and short, you had the negative yard play and then the penalty, so the drive stalls. Now we're going to see what Bolivar can do.
And School of the Osage deploying their defense. A lot of new faces, 13 starters from last year. Did not return due to graduation. And this is a spread offense. I mean spread. The single setback is Colt Hill.
Yeah, watch out for Hill. Just a sophomore, Mike, but he was dangerous a year ago as a freshman. Banner going to be the read option. Keeps it, has a big hole, and he's going to be close to first down yardage, up to about the 44-yard line. They'll say 43. We'll give him 9 on first down.
Yeah, he really delayed, kept that ball in the belly of his running back for a long time, and it looked like Osage over-pursued a little bit. Good block in the center of the line, and 9-yard pickup for Banner.
Second down and 1. Banner still out of the gun. Trip wide receivers, bottom of your screen. They hand off to Hill, and Hill's going to fight and have a Slumberland Furniture first down up to the 45, but Osage contains, didn't need much, and got a yard plus. A fresh set of downs now for Bolivar.
Waylon Cooper checks in for the Liberators. They are setting something up here. They showed the flanker screen with that trip set to the left. I'm sure they'll come back to that somewhere in the near future.
So that Beck Wellness Center first down, just about a yard, and now empty backfield on first and 10 from the 45. Banner looks to his right. Now he's going to tuck it and run. Makes a couple of defenders miss. Nice stutter step He's got first down yardage up to the 41. He's got 14 yards and another Beck Wellness Center first down for the Liberators.
I don't think he ever had any intention to pass with that spread offense. Empty backfield. He just took a step back to set his foot to get the defense to suck in and just found a gap and took off and ran. Good tackle there in the open field by Colt Butler.
Yeah, great design, Mike. I think you hit the nail on the head. That was designed and well executed. So now inside Osage territory. Banner, quick hitter. That is deflected by Tournier. Gage Tournier jumps up, makes a nice defensive play, and that falls to the turf. Going to bring up second down and 10.
Yeah, if you saw the Chiefs preseason game last week, now why did you do that? But anyway, R. Thomas there from Oklahoma had that same kind of play. Just sensed the quick screen out to the side and jumped up and deflected the pass.
Something we'll see George Karloftis do a lot this year, I imagine. So second down and 10, just 5.5 minutes roughly off the clock here in Osage. Sorry, 4.5. So Banner now takes the snap. Another one of the read options. And he's going to be stuffed for about 5. Looked like it was going to be a bigger play, but once he hit that 38-yard line, he went nowhere. We'll give him 4 or 5. Going to bring up third down at about 6.
Jason White with a nice play inside there to stop that. Boy, he really rides that ball in the stomach of the running back for a long time while he's surveying the defense downfield in front of him.
So they're going to say third and a long 5. Banner and Hill in the backfield. Quick hitter into the flat. Has his target. Nice hit. Closing quickly, but he's close to first down yardage. We're going to mark him just shy. Going to bring up fourth down and inches. Really good closing speed by the sophomore, Owen Krantz, who came up and stops him short of first down yardage. So fourth down and 1 now for Bolivar at the Osage 33.
That's what you call a form tackle. Just perfectly executed. Stopped him short.
Braden Long had the reception, bringing up fourth down and 1. Could be a big shift in momentum here, Mike. Fourth down and 1.
Yeah, changing the play, too.
Going to give it to Hill. He's got first down yardage across the 25, and he'll be stopped there. We'll give him 9 yards and a Beck Wellness Center first down.
So Bolivar, who was 3-7 last year, again, they had 4 one-score losses. And you look for bright spots wherever you can. They look impressive here on this opening drive.
Yeah, very methodical, doing a nice job. And even though they like that up-tempo, they're real happy with the way this drive is progressing, Mike. And that's a huge conversion. If you give it back to Osage on 4th and 1, may not be the start you want. Now, Hill has it just outside the 20-yard line, and they're picking up that 4 or 5 yards just about every time.
Yeah, an interesting formation there. They take their wing back and put him right behind the line of scrimmage between the right tackle and the right guard. And then he ran a trap to the weak side, and it worked to perfection. And that gave the running back some room there to get that 5-yard pickup.
So second down and 5. Ball's just outside the 20-yard line. Bolivar looking to strike first. Banner up the seam. Has his man inside the 5 to the house for the score.
Cooper.
And that is Waylon Cooper, the sophomore. He ran the post. It was a beautiful throw from Chapel Banner, and it's a house call presented by Thomas Construction. And it is a 20-yard strike from Chapel Banner to Waylon Cooper. And that was a great start for Bolivar. They get the hold for Osage, who got the football first, and then they march all the way down 72 yards to pay dirt. And here's the extra point as Cooper will come in to attempt the PAT. Low snap, great hold and handle on the play, and that is Chapel Banner, their quarterback. So the PAT is good, and your score 7-0. Bolivar strikes first, and they lead with 5:05 left in the first.
Championship football starts with a great defense, and so does protecting your home. Before termites break through, before spiders take over your dock, before ants, wasps, rodents, and unwanted pests move in, call the defense that's been winning since 1971. All-American Termite and Pest Control doesn't just respond to pests, they stop them before they become a problem. Defense you can count on. This season, trust the team protecting homes across the Lake of the Ozarks. All-American Termite and Pest Control, proud presenting sponsor of live high school football on Lake TV.
What's happening at the lake? Social media is chaos. It's hard to tell what's real and what's fake. That's why we built the Lake Expo app. Real news, everything boating, events that matter. The lake is here. Download the Lake Expo app today.
And we're back here with Bolivar striking first and leading the Osage Indians 7-0. And talk about an ideal start for the visiting team. That would be it, Mike.
Yeah, it was a beautiful throw from Chapel Banner, but it's so much easier to do that when you have a clean pocket. I mean, he sat back with a pretty deep drop, but no one close to him. He's able to step into the throw, and Cooper was able just to break open with that post pattern.
All right, so here's the kickoff, and that is going to be fielded by Colt Butler inside the 10.
What a move.
Makes the first guy miss, and look out. Colt Butler across the 35 up to the 39. That's a 33-yard kick return, Mike, that almost went nowhere.
Well, it almost looked like they were starting to drive at the 2-yard line. He makes the first man miss. Nice little patient sidestep move. That ball was on the ground for a long time. Actually started at the 8. And I thought right here that he had a chance to go. If he'd have stayed to the outside, I think he might have gotten some more. The traffic was catching up with him. But great field position. What could have been really bad for School of the Osage, trailing 7-0.
It was great kick, great coverage, just better athleticism and IQ from Colt Butler. He was very patient and sets the Indians up here. Here's Sperling now. Calls his own number, and Blaine Sperling calls it for the first time, and he's down to the 40-yard line. That's a Beck Wellness Center first down. That gets the Indians crowd going.
Yeah, good patient run there, and an excellent job by the right side of the offensive line for School of the Osage. Sealed the edge there, and Sperling, very impressive with that 22-yarder.
First carry of the season goes for a 22-yard first down, and that's exactly what Osage needed, Mike. Can't afford the crowd to get taken out of it here early, so big play, first down inside Bolivar territory. Sperling hands off to Herring. Patient, tries to get the edge and cannot. Great defense by Will Niven, the senior, and he closed quickly and wouldn't let him go. Herring was trying to get away.
Yeah, Herring actually kind of rammed up the back of his tight end on that side. Slowed him down a little bit. He tried to stretch it out there, but good job by the defense just to keep stringing the play out and hold it to 2.
I mean, it's early, and you don't want to go back to it too often, but we haven't seen a pass, but the one time you saw the read option for Osage, it was big. You wonder how long until they let Sperling cook. Second down and 7 here. Going to be a play action pass. Rolling to his right now, throwing across his body. Underthrown a little bit. Butler does a nice job to go up and play defender. Jumped a little early, I felt like, but knew he had to go play defender and did not let that ball get intercepted.
Yeah, that
so
ball
third
was,
down and 7.
That ball was thrown into traffic. Good job by the safeties in the corner. There was a lot of people around the receiver, and we're guessing that Schreiman's not out there tonight.
Yeah, and really, that's just great football IQ because, yeah, you said it. There was defenders everywhere. Butler, realizing that, was like, I've got to go touch this, knock this down. So third down and 7. Sperling gives it to Christian Herring, and he is met in the backfield. Big play. Knocks Wolhoy with the stop, and that's going to bring up fourth down and long.
They don't have the kicker this year that's going to hit a 55-yarder, so I would think that they're going to go for it here. They brought in a lot of different players, so we'll see what they come up with.
Yeah, and you brought up a good point. Without Brady Clark, a year ago, you're probably trying a 55-yarder.
You're thinking about it anyway.
And without that weapon in your bag, punting the football from the 38 is a tough decision unless you've got a guy that can drop it inside the 10.
This looked like a special teams group here, though, to me, and I think that's Sperling getting ready to punt.
Yeah, be interesting. So from the opponent, 38-yard line, it is 4th and 8. And now we have a penalty flag.
I think it was timeout, maybe. No?
Delay
game. Okay. Second penalty on School of the Osage.
Well, that might work in the punter's favor. I'm not sure you like trying to punt that short distance unless you work on it regularly. So we'll see what Sperling can do if he can pen the Liberators back. Osage already down 7-0 here.
Braden Long is back deep. He's a single safety. I don't think they totally believe that Sperling's going to punt it even at 4th and 13. Ooh.
Gets off a good one. Bounces and then fielded by the Liberators. Uh-oh, look out. Long, he has got a seam. We have a penalty flag. He may score. Braden Long, the senior, he is going to the house. Unfortunately for Bolivar, we have a couple of flags here at the 40.
Yeah, there was a bad block there. I think that it was Colt Hill. It had a crackback block. Call it what you want, blocking the back, holding whatever, but it's going to bring it back. And it will be spotted about the 29-yard line, and that's where Bolivar will start their second
Really a
possession.
nice punt, Mike.
Well, and what a kind of a deke that he put on the coverage team. He just kind of very nonchalantly, I'm going to field this and run, and he did. And I don't think that block was really necessary either.
So it was about a 90-yard punt return for a touchdown. All for none, as we have a block in the back. Oh, they're going to say crackback block. So from the 40, I believe that's a 15-yard penalty, and that'll back them all the way back to like their 25-yard line. So a Slumberland Furniture penalty flag comes at a very opportune time for the hometown Indians, but it's Bolivar who has a 7-0 lead and the football at their own 25-yard line with 2:32 left in the first.
So Osage just gotten a couple of pretty big breaks here in the first quarter, but now they need to do something on defense.
Chapel Banner out of the gun. Quick hitter into the flat, has his man, and that's Yates. Yates crossed the 30 up to the 32. Nice play on first down for about 7 or 8 yards.
Yeah, just a simple play action. The quick out, maybe a little bit too much of a cushion there on the side. That was an easy throw and catch for the Bolivar Liberators in the second and short.
Yeah, Bolivar, that up-tempo offense has been real impressive. Osage has not found a way to stop it yet. Of course, still here in the early going, but Bolivar's got the momentum in this one. Hill gets the carry, and good job by the defense. Herring holding on for dear life with a lot of help from his team. So it's a Beck Wellness Center first down after a 4-yard gain, but slow developing play. And you noticed, Mike, on that one, Bolivar took their time once they were set to snap the football.
Yeah, Zion Lewis got there first and slowed him up until help came back. They got shook off by the running back. Some impressive plays so far here for Bolivar in this first quarter.
So fresh set of downs from their own 37-yard line. Bolivar controlling the time of possession definitely here in the early going. Banner, clean pocket. Now he's flushed to his right. Tries to elude the defense, and a great play out there in the flat. That's number 40 for the Indians. Preston Glenn, the senior. Great pursuit and does a nice job in the open field, Mike, because something tells me Chapel Banner's no easy assignment out there in the flat.
Oh, what a great read there to get over there and stop that play. No pass rush at all. Banner had all kinds of time back in the pocket, saw that wasn't anything going to be breaking open, so he was able to get to the outside, but then the great open field tackle to set up 2nd and 9.
And that may have been Michael Arnold, rather than Preston Glenn, but great play. Whichever one that was, out there in the flat. So 2nd down and 9. Banner now taking a shot. Wide open receiver is Long, who climbs the ladder and makes the play. The 38-yard line. It's a 24-yard pitch and catch and a Beck Wellness Center first down for the Liberators.
Well, they're getting people open. That was a nicely thrown ball. I think the receiver only got, and that was Gonzalez. I think he only got 1 foot down, but he made it count. That's all you need in high school.
So 24 yards on the pitch and catch. A great back shoulder throw, and Long makes the great adjustment. Now, I don't know if that was designed or underthrown, but he had the defender absolutely toasted over the top if he took a shot. It goes for 24, and here's Hill now up the middle. solid yards there before being pushed back, but not until he has a 6-yard gain. So that looks like it'll be the final play of our first quarter that sees Bolivar out in front with the football at the Osage 38. They lead the Indians 7-0. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back after this right here on Lake TV's Game of the Week.
Hey everybody, it's Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture at the Lake. This week kicks off our Labor Day sale, and you get awesome deals for every room of the house. Not only are we giving you discounts, but we're also doing up to 72 months interest-free financing. Need a mattress? It's on sale. You need a sofa? It's on sale. Doesn't matter what you need, it's all on sale at Slumberland. Come check it out at Slumberland Furniture, where we're bringing happy home.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the Water Tower in Laurie. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second-level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
And we welcome you back to Lake TV's Game of the Week, presented by All-American Termite and Pest Control. And Mike, only 12 minutes in the books, but if you had to give a brief assessment of the first quarter, what's your take?
School of the Osage on defense certainly needs to get a pass rush. They've been able to allow Banner just to set back there, and he can throw it, and he's got guys that can catch it. That's a bad combination for School of the Osage. They've got to figure out how to get some pressure out of their defensive line.
Yeah, so it is Bolivar up 7-0 with the football, the 33-yard line of Osage. Chapel Banner out of the gun. He's got 4 wide receivers split both sides. Hills in the backfield with him. It's going to be a play action. Still plenty of time. Taking a shot. Has a guy wide open, and it is a little overthrown. He had Dorian Gonzalez wide open, Mike, and it looked like Gonzalez almost got a little too nonchalant towards the end of the play. Didn't leave his feet, didn't lunge, but looks like he thought he had it. They don't connect, and luckily for Osage, it falls incomplete, brings up 3rd and 5.
But again, that's not getting any pressure. It looked like they were going to throw the flanker screen, and School of the Osage covered it very well, and the quarterback, Banner, was able just to come off that and go to the other side of the field entirely. That probably should have been a touchdown.
So 3rd down and 5. 11:53 left in the first half. It's going to be Hill with the run. Hole closes quickly. He has 3, maybe 4 across the 30. Going to bring up 4th down. Good piece of tackling, but an obvious 4-down situation here for Bolivar.
And again, that's that play where they set up the wingback between the offensive guard and tackle, and then he just runs a trap play behind that little crackback block inside the line of scrimmage.
All right, so 4th down and 2. Big play here. Now we see a Slumberland at the Lake penalty flag, and it's going to be an offsides against the Indians, it looks like. So that's going to be a fresh set of downs via penalty on 4th and 2. That's a backbreaker. Coach Jolly none too happy on the sideline about that one.
No, you want to make them earn it, and that's the 3rd 5-yard penalty of the first half against the Indians.
So now for Bolivar, just outside the 20. You'll remember that's where they were last time when they struck on the touchdown pass to Cooper. So 1st down and 10 now.
This is that trap play again with the wing back set inside. This time he's pass blocking.
Takes a shot, this time for Gonzalez, and they connect from 25 yards out. What a throw from Chapel Banner. The senior delivers a strike, his 2nd touchdown pass of the first half. And this one to Gonzalez was delivered on a platter, Mike.
Yeah, it was. I thought Gonzalez used his hands a little bit there to get himself around the defender, but just playing the ball all the way, and that ball was thrown perfectly over the top and caught him in stride this time. He wasn't going to miss that again.
Man, I mean, you can't do it any better than that. Outside shoulder, so the defense had no shot. So far, through 13 minutes, Mike, Chapel Banner's the story for me. The extra point is up, and it is good as Cooper connects, and your score 14-0 with 11:02 left in the first half. You're watching Lake TV's coverage of high school football.
athletes, we always work as hard as we can. But in order to take care of our work, we need to take care of ourselves.
Getting enough sleep, eating foods that fuel your body, stretching and recovering after practice. These are all important steps that help us to be our best when the lights are the brightest.
But when we get home, it's okay to take a break to give ourselves time to recharge.
And if something doesn't feel right, talk to someone. We don't have to carry everything ourselves.
Being our best isn't just about what we do on the field or the court.
When we help ourselves, we help our teams. We are better together.
And we are back. It's a squib fielded at about the 31-yard line by Tournier, and he does a nice job getting up to about the 38-yard line, and that's where Osage starts with it for their third series that has yet to see them score any points.
I think it's imperative they get some points there because it looks like Bolivar's going to be very successful on offense here tonight. You can't get down any more than you are now. That's overstating the incredibly obvious, I'm sure, but still, they've moved the ball. They've just not been able to finish so far. Penalty, and then a little toss reverse that got blown up and cost them a chance at a first down.
Yeah, and don't forget the 90-yard punt return that was called back. Did not hurt Bolivar. They were able to march down the field and still get a touchdown. They lead 14-0, and here's Osage. Sperling, quick hitter into the flat, looking for Butler. Great tackle on the play. That's Evan Mortensen, the senior, who closes quickly and limits it to a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, that ball was in the air for a long time on that deep out, but he got it there, and the defensive man closed on it very, very quickly after that 4-yard gain.
So we've now seen on the last couple of series a couple of pass attempts. Osage, they're not normally a passing offense, right? But you do wonder with a thicker arm, somebody like Sperling, will we see more of that this season? On a second down, Sperling calls his own number and has a Beck Wellness Center first down. We'll give him 5.
Good strong run
maybe
there.
Maybe 6.
And a little sidestep move at the end. And I like the way he finished the run. He got the nose low and kept the legs driving, knew where the marker was at, and got the first down.
So up to midfield, and a touchdown go a long way on this drive. Now, you will remember, Osage started with the football, so Bolivar's going to get the football first in the second half. Sperling now to Tournier, and that closes quickly. Look at the secondary and linebackers just firing at the football, Mike. I mean, there was 5 guys around the ball carrier, and I didn't see any blockers anywhere close.
Yeah, they're only putting 3 defensive linemen in there, but the guy they've got in the middle, he's a big, big kid. He's listed at 275. Wow, and he's kind of stuffing things up. Look at him. He takes up some room there in the middle.
Yeah, Cole Quinn, their anchor at defensive tackle, one of the new linemen. Here's into the flat looking for Herring. Herring makes the catch now. Nice cutback to get across midfield up to the 45. We're going to give him 5 and earned every inch of that 5-yard gain. Going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for Osage, but well defended. And so far, Bolivar's defense, Mike, has been very quick out on the edge, and they close quickly.
Yeah, they saw that coming. They got out there. But when you throw in high school and in college, when you throw the ball behind the line of scrimmage, you can have people downfield blocking, and that's what happened on that play. That saved that from being a loss or maybe a pick.
So 3rd down and 5. Sperling going to roll to his right. Throws. Has his man coming back. Butler cannot haul it in, and that was a design play, a comeback. It was a strike from Sperling, and the defender did a nice job closing and preventing the completion.
Yeah, I think he had, at the hash mark, I think he had Herring there open too, but chose to go downfield, and so now 4th and 5. This is a big play here in the first half.
Yeah, that was a play. Cole Butler will tell you, I got to make that play. Really good design, but Osage just can't find that chemistry. They can't really get anything flowing.
I got special teams on again here at the 45.
So Bolivar looking to get it back once again, and now Sperling.
Got to go, got to go. You got him out. You had him out of position, and Coach Clary, he saw that coming and called the timeout.
So the timeout from Bolivar. We'll take one short commercial break and be right back with a 4th down and 5 for Osage.
At New Spring Wellness Center, we understand how hectic life can be and the stress that comes with it. We also understand that your health often gets forgotten about. Whether it's addiction, weight loss, or lack of energy, New Spring Wellness Center offers natural services you won't find other places. From our vitamin IV drips to our laser hair removal and everything else. Naturally better health is our focus at New Spring Wellness Center in Osage Beach. Call now to schedule your free consultation.
Back here on Lake TV, big 4th down and 5. And it was the punt team, and they audible out. And you mentioned it, Mike. Got to be ready if you got the defense out of position. But Coach Clardy gets the timeout, and now they'll rethink it. And I wonder, are they going to punt the football or you go for it here?
I think you got to go for it. I mean, you haven't shown that you can stop their offense yet. And you don't want to give up a short field, but then, man, oh, man, that gives a situation where they could get up 3 scores on you in the first half. And as you mentioned, getting the ball to start the second half, that's a bad combination.
But even if you punt it deep, what's your defense hasn't shown yet, so you might take a shot, and they are here. 4th down and 5, Sperling. Big play out of the gun into the flat, looking for Quinn Butler, who makes the catch. It's a Beck Wellness Center first down and a late hit to boot. What a big boost. Blaine Sperling hits the sophomore Quinn Butler. No, he's a junior as well. They're twins. I forget that. Colton Quinn Butler, twins. Quinn makes the catch, a great throw, and a Beck Wellness Center first down for Osage.
That was a blitz by Bolivar on 4th and 5, picked up well by the backs in the offensive line. They gave Sperling time to throw that deep out. That was well executed.
Yeah, and then they get the Slumberland Furniture penalty flag to boot. So you get late hit, 15 extra yards. That takes it down to the 22. You have a Beck Wellness Center first down, and Osage knocking on the door here. First down and 10 at the Bolivar 23-yard line. And that was such a huge play when your team absolutely needed it. If you don't convert there, the wind is way sucked out of this place. First down to Herring on the handoff. Nice little cutback.
Well, I thought the tight end on the right side left a little bit early there, but no call, so a good gain on first down. Tough yards down here on this end of the field.
Sounds like Camdenton, who's on the road at Rogers, Arkansas tonight. They were down 3-0 before a long 80-yard touchdown run. They're now leading 7-3 on the road. It's a big trip to start the season.
Yeah, that's a long bus ride, man.
Aren't you glad it's not us?
Yeah. Hey, wake Mike up, Beck. He's in the back of the bus here.
So 2nd down and 7 now. Just under 8 minutes to play here in the first half. Sperling going to call his own number inside the 10, inside the 5, down to the 4. He's got a 15-yard Beck Wellness Center first down. It'll be first and goal for the Indians as they make their way inside the Price and Randall Injury Attorneys red zone.
You said he was inside the 10, inside the 4. He was inside that defensive back too, man. He got the shoulder lower there and really put a stick on him. First and goal.
That's an element of Sperling's game that Osage is really excited about, Mike, and you see why, right? First down and goal. Ball's at the 4. Sperling. Tournier with the carry. Inside the 5 to the house. Touchdown, Osage! For the first time of the 2026 season, Gage Tournier with a house call. Presented by Thomas Construction, and that was a much-needed answer from the Osage Indians.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't believe that they were going to punt on 4th and 5 from the 45 of Bolivar. Early in the game when it was 7-0, yeah, I can see them doing that. But down 14-0, they had to get points there.
That is big. Now in to attempt the extra point, Mike. This is a, can't say southpaw, low snap, no good. That's on the ground, needs to be covered, and it is no good. So your new kicker this year will be Jackson Bailey, who's a freshman but never got an opportunity. The snap was low and not handled. So Osage, they trail Bolivar by a score of 14-6, but they find the end zone on that last possession, keeping this one close. We'll be back on Lake TV's Game of the Week right after this.
Friday Night Lights, packed stadiums, school pride on full display. As families travel across mid-Missouri supporting student athletes, remember that getting there safely is more important than the final score.
Put the phone down, buckle up, and stay focused behind the wheel. Together, we can make every trip to the game a safe one. This Drive Safe, Boat Safe message is brought to you by Price and Randall Injury Attorneys.
What's happening at the lake? Social media's chaos. It's hard to tell what's real and what's fake. That's why we built the Lake Expo app. Real news, everything boating, events that matter. The lake is here. Download the Lake Expo app today.
Back here on Lake TV as Jaden Laura Fuentes sets to kick off for Osage. Mike, any score updates around the lake area?
Eldon is trailing the Owensville Dutchman 7-0, but driving at the end of the first quarter. And Versailles down to Skyline, I believe just started their program, is up. Skyline's up 14-0.
Short, interesting kick and fielded at the 37-yard line very wisely on the play for Bolivar. It's an up man. That's Long, who actually, that's
at Gonzalez, I believe.
Yeah, who had the touchdown, or the last touchdown for Bolivar. And those can be tricky. You got all of the pressure in the world. You know you need to cover it, but it's bouncing around wild. And so he goes, I'm just falling on this. Smart move.
Yeah, that ball's shaped funny, and it takes odd bounces and had some side spin on it to begin with. So just a smart, headsy play just to get it on the ground and be happy with the 36-yard line.
So now Bolivar, whose offense has been so impressive, with Chapel Banner, who has 2 first-half touchdown passes.
That's better.
Here, and they close quickly, that being the Osage defense.
65 really kind of bottling things up in the middle. Of Zion Lewis again.
Along with Preston Glenn. So good job closing. That's a gain of 1. Going to bring up 2nd down and 9, Mike, and an opportunity for Osage's defense, right? Some of those names last year, you just wonder, right? How do you replace that much? They're getting an opportunity. 6:30 left in the first half.
Osage going with 4 down defensive linemen. A lot of movement.
Quick hitter into the flat. Ball's in the air and falls harmlessly to the turf. Closing quickly was Skylar Gilmore. He didn't see the football bounce directly up and then fall right at the feet of the wide receiver. So 3rd down and 9 here, Mike. A real opportunity for Osage's defense here.
What was that ball on the radar gun? Was that about 98? Man, he fired that one out there. Just too hot to handle for Gonzalez.
Yeah, it was a fastball. Wow. 3rd down and a long 8, they're saying. So 4 wide receivers split both sides. Now in motion is Kozlowski.
Blitz.
Tournier trying to set up the screen, and it works to perfection. Look at him go inside the 40. Here's Hill inside the 20, the 10, all the way down to the 4-yard line. Mike, it is
57.
Wow.
Yeah, that was, they read the blitz perfectly. The blitz almost got there. I would say that they had men downfield there too. I think 75 definitely was past the line of scrimmage, but not called.
Yeah, it's a massive play. You hit it, 57-yard back wellness center, 1st down. And Hill with the carry again. That is stuffed, but Bolivar wastes no time getting it back inside the Price and Randall Injury Attorney's red zone, and a huge play. Well defended, but it was a better play from Chapel Banner because he nearly took the sack and he put the perfect amount of lob on the football over the linemen and the defenders coming and allowed Hill to make the play.
Again, it was kind of a slow developing play, and I think they had linemen downfield, and the receiver was definitely above the line of scrimmage. But not called, so it doesn't matter.
So 2nd down and goal from the 3. Tall task here, but Osage's defense, they need to get a stop. Long in motion. Handoff the other way. Oh, nice stuff and into the end zone for the score. Dakota Spiegel from 4 yards out with the house call presented by Thomas Construction, and Bolivar regains that 14-point lead Osage just cut into with 5:21 left here in the second.
Well, Spiegel, he was stopped and just was able to keep his balance and then roll off the tackle. Wrap up. You got to wrap up. So a quick answer by the Liberators, and they'll attempt the extra point here. Out of the hold of Chapel Banner.
Cooper's kick is up, and it is good. So with 5:21, Bolivar out in front. Their largest lead so far tonight, 21-6 over Osage. We'll take a commercial break and be right back on Lake TV's Game of the Week.
Championship football starts with a great defense, and so does protecting your home. Before termites break through, before spiders take over your dock, before ants, wasps, rodents, and unwanted pests move in, call the defense that's been winning since 1971. All-American Termite and Pest Control doesn't just respond to pests, they stop them before they become a problem. Defense you can count on. This season, trust the team protecting homes across the Lake of the Ozarks. All-American Termite and Pest Control, proud present. Getting and staying healthy has never been easier with COMC. With convenient locations throughout the lake area, including our Hy-Vee location in Osage Beach, care is always close to home. From pediatrics and OBGYN care to behavioral health, dental, primary care, and now offering optometry with our mobile unit. COMC provides high-quality health care for everyone, regardless of insurance or ability to pay. We accept Medicaid, Medicare, private insurance, and self-pay. Getting healthy is easy with COMC, where your health is our mission.
Back here on Lake TV for our game of the week, and it's been Bolivar's offense, Mike, so far that has not been stopped. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and with 5:21 left in the first, they have a 15-point lead and a kick fielded at about the 30-yard line. Nice job coming up and grabbing it. That was Mason Brown, the sophomore, and Osage going to have really nice starting field position here at their own 40-yard line.
Hey, you've got to have kids that can play special teams for you and make plays. That was not an easy play. I mean, that could have easily taken a little bit of a short hop on him and been fumbled. But he very calmly was taking it on the hop that he wanted. He charged the ball, which was, I think, the big key there. Got it up to the 40-yard line.
So for Osage, they need somebody to make a play. That last drive, it was solid. They converted on their 4th and 5, and Tournier punches it in. Now who do they go to on this drive? 5:17 left in the first half. Man, tough front 5. We talked about how many linemen were replaced for Bolivar, especially on the offensive side, but their line has controlled the point of attack on both sides of the football so far.
Yeah, I like that kid in the middle, man. He's an impressive player. Cole Quinn, number 74, listed at 5'8", 278. That's a lot of football player at 5'8".
No doubt. Yeah, he is stout, and that's an anchor.
It allows you, if you don't have somebody who can jam up the middle, you can't play that 3-down lineman defense. You can't play a 50 defense.
Sperling now out of the gun. Quick hitter into the flat. That is knocked away. Nice play by Gonzalez. And actually, I believe that was number 0, Brylan Stiggers, who made the play, and he closed quickly. That was a dangerous throw, Mike.
It was in
there's
traffic.
a lot of Liberator players standing right around that.
Quick decision by Sperling there to get it out there, but going to have to try to convert on 3rd and 9 to keep this drive active.
This has been an ideal start for Bolivar. They look ready for the occasion here on the road with a 15-point lead. So 3rd and 9, Sperling now back the other way. Oh, look out. Tournier is blown up.
That's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, an incomplete pass. It was Knox Woolhoy who came up and made the play. The senior closed quickly, and he saw it from the get-go.
The 2 offensive linemen ran right by him instead of at least getting a chip on him of some sort. To give your running back a chance, he had no chance. And it was a good thing he dropped it, really, because he would have lost yardage.
So on 4th down and 9 now, Sperling, a punt situation here, that 15-yard drop back.
Pressure.
Wow. Yeah, gets away a real nice punt. Backs up Long, who fields it at his 18-yard line. It was a 41-yard punt, but Long going the other way. No flag, and Braden Long going to take it all the way to the house for 73-yard score. It's a Thomas Construction house call. And do we have a penalty flag? Oh, there is back over there at the 39-yard line. This would be the 2nd special teams touchdown called back by a penalty.
Well, that hurts Bolivar. That was a great return.
Let's see. At his own 18-yard line, it would have been 82 yards for Long.
Boy, he showed some jets, too, a senior. So
what a return.
So, again, Osage has gotten some breaks here. I think it could very easily be 28-6 right now. That wasn't much on that penalty, but the official in perfect position to call it, so you really can't question it. Why would I do that in the first place?
So a 41-yard punt by Blaine Sperling, a 82-yard return by Braden Long goes for none. It's going to back Bolivar up to their own 30-yard line, and a big break for Osage. We'll see if they can capitalize, but for Bolivar, they've been here before already tonight, and they marched the length of the field and scored.
3 penalties for 40 yards against the Liberators. Gonzalez in the slot. We're getting a few changes of players. Cooper comes in late, gets a play into the quarterback, Banner. And the spread offense once again. Single setback is Hill.
Man, Banner can do it both, whether it's throw or run so far. And I think he's probably most impressive with that cannon, man. The accuracy we've seen in the early going has been strong. So 1st and 10 from the 30. Banner, look to the right side. Still clean pocket. Has all day. Now flush to his right. Going to throw across his body, and a great throw. That's caught by Cooper. Has about 5 yards, but, man, I mean, small throws like that shows up as a 5-yard throw, but an incomplete on 2nd and 10 changes the whole trajectory of your drive. At 5-yard completion, 6-yard completion, that was big, and it was because another wonderful throw from Chapel Banner. So on 2nd down 3, they say, another audible. As much as they want to be up-tempo, they like to get to the line of scrimmage quick, Mike, and then they evaluate, right?
Yeah, let's see what kind of coverage you've got in front of you.
Banner, quick hitter to Gonzalez across the 40 up to about the 43 for a Beck Wellness Center 1st down, and really that play is there just about any time they want it.
You know, they're giving a little bit of room. I made a mistake on my stat sheet here, William. I've got it straightened out now.
The 2 or 3 shots they've taken down the field, the coverage has been burned, and so that could be why you're seeing that separation off the line of scrimmage. These guys are quick on the edge, and of course we tell you, Banner, he can wing it. So empty backfield here, 1st down and 10.
You look at the corners, they're 8 yards off the receivers.
And he just gave one of his receivers a sign by scratching his leg up the seam, had his man, and an errant throw falls incomplete. Probably the first bad throw we've seen Banner make tonight.
Kozlowski was in that seam, and you put that on the numbers there. That might have been a touchdown. Banner so far is 8 of 12 passing with 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, that was the signal he gave him. He goes, look, the seam's there. He throws that strike just a little low. And that's one thing Banner does. He likes to really put some mustard on it when he throws it on those quick hitters. So 2nd down and 10 now. Handoff inside to Hill. He's got a lot of room, making guys miss left and right. A Beck Wellness Center 1st down up to the Osage 41-yard line, a 17-yard Beck Wellness Center 1st down, and a new set of downs again for Bolivar.
Yeah, a little stutter step there and a jump step to the left, and finished in a big hole at the line of scrimmage as well, too. Bolivar's got really tight splits, and they like to pull that offside guard. That leaves a gap if nobody can come up and step up into that gap, and Hill took advantage of it there.
Yeah, and Osage, they need someone to step up and make a play. A turnover would be huge here. I don't think they like their situation. You fall down 3 scores and knowing Bolivar's getting that football first to start the 2nd half. They need someone to make a play. 1st down and 10. Little play action. Banner now in trouble. Pocket's collapsing, and he somehow finds a way to make everybody miss. Tucks it and has about a 4-yard gain. Chapel Banner's brilliance once again on display after a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, he gives that little up fake, and that got the defensive lineman off his feet. Banner's quickness was able to get him to the outside and save, at least get a few yards out of it. Got 3 out of it probably. And got out of bounds to stop the clock as well.
Huge crowd here tonight for the home opener. Week 1 of the high school football season. We'll have some Lake area scores for you here momentarily. And, of course, our Hedges Scott Millard halftime show following the conclusion of the 1st half. And that time Hill is stuffed on 2nd down and 7. He goes backwards. Coming from the secondary is Skylar Gilmore with some help.
And Garrett Dornick, too. Dormnick. really chased that play down from the backside. That was impressive. And he got some help, and they actually lost a yard on the play.
So 3rd down and 8, a big 3rd down and 8 here. Osage's defense would love to get a stop. As for Bolivar, we've seen him do it through the air, and on 3rd down and 8, they probably run here knowing it's 4-down territory inside the opponent 40.
And if they don't, Osage has got to get some pressure.
They do. It's the quick hitter, and it's dropped by Gonzalez. He heard footsteps and also had ideas of a quick shift. He was already looking up, thinking of what his first move was. Forgot the football. Brings up 4th down and 8.
Yeah, unless you've got somebody who's kicking a 55-yarder, Bolivar's going to go for it here. Down to 1:40 left, play coming in from the sideline. You don't send in a play if you're kicking, so see what they can come up with. If Osage can get some pressure again, that's the key here. Don't give Banner all day to throw because he'll find somebody.
So 4th down and 8 from the 38-yard line. Tries to hard count. Now Banner looks to the sideline. They want another play, and Coach Clardy calls a timeout. So with 1:40 left in the first half, it's Osage trying to hold defensively. It'll be 4th down and 8 for Bolivar when we return to Lake TV's Game of the Week.
Life truly is all about memories, but more importantly, those we create those memories with. And at Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes, our staff focuses on the families we serve.
They were fantastic. It just took a lot of weight off of our shoulders. They are incredibly thoughtful and genuine. They are just there to support you and your family.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
Van Subaru proudly supports Children's Mercy. Children's Mercy has served our area for over 125 years with compassionate healthcare, life-changing research, and breakthrough innovations. We believe in their mission to provide world-class healthcare, creating more well-being for children and their families. Since 2009, Subaru and their retailers have donated over $256 million to charity, and we're grateful to support our local community. Learn more at vansubaru.com.
And we're back on Lake TV. Huge 4th down and 8 for Bolivar here. They've got it at Osage's 38-yard line. Empty backfield for Banner. Looking to his left. Now the pocket closes. High throw. And oh, what a grab by Cooper. One hand climbs the ladder and pulls it up. That's a Beck Wellness Center first down. Waylon Cooper, are you kidding me? Let's get another look at this grab, Mike. Wow. Whew.
Circus catch there at 18-yarder for Cooper.
Inside the Beck Wellness Center, or another Beck Wellness Center first down. They've got it down to the 16-yard line, Mike. 1st down and 10 for Bolivar. That was unbelievable. Catch by Cooper. He's already got a touchdown and a perfect 3 for 3 on PATs. Now that one-hand circus catch into the flat. Has his man. It's long inside the 5 to the house for a score. There's a Slumberland penalty flag on the 11.
Yeah, I'm sorry, William. The wide receiver out there was blocking as the pass was up in the air, and he locked up on the corner and got the penalty for a hold, I'm assuming, but that's going to come back.
Yeah, so a Slumberland penalty flag will move it outside the Price and Randall. Injury attorney's red zone. So another penalty, and really, even though Bolivar in control of this one, Mike, they've had 2 penalties wipe out 80-plus yard punt returns for touchdowns, and now that one wipes off another touchdown. So 3 penalties wipe off scores.
Yeah, and that's in effect going to be a 7-yard penalty as the holding call occurred upfield, so it'll be 1st and 17. Yeah, you've got to take advantage of some of these breaks here somewhere along the line, and Osage has gotten a couple here, but they desperately need a stop.
So 1st down and 15 from the 21-yard line. Banner this time. Pocket closes quickly, but he steps up, bounces off a would-be defender, and steps out at about the 11-yard line. They'll say 12, so a 9-yard run by Chapel. Banner moves it back inside the Price and Randall injury attorney's red zone, but man, he's tough.
What do you think the over-under is for the number of times that Coach Jolly will say wrap up on practice on Monday? And a big hit there, but just allowed him to bounce off because he didn't wrap up the tackle.
Yeah, he just tried to throw him down, right? Bounce him to the ground and keep yourself centered like Chapel Banner does. You bounce right off him. 2nd down and 6 from the 12. Banner. Pocket closes quickly. He is dancing around, making guys miss left and right. Chapel Banner to the house for the score. From 12 yards out, Chapel Banner is unstoppable. The senior signal caller has done it all, and he puts Bolivar out in front by 21 with just 45 seconds left. That was probably the most impressive house call of the night, presented by Thomas Construction, but he should have been taken down, Mike, 3 or 4 times.
At least. I mean, there was guys had legitimate shots at him numerous times on that possession. You kind of worry when you see the quarterback carrying the ball out, for balance. It gets stripped in traffic, but he knows how to take care of it.
And the point after is up, and it is good by Cooper. So Bolivar out in front and in control. They lead Osage 28-6 on Lake TV's Game of the Week.
At Beck Wellness, we always say that if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your illness. Our goal is to make sure you're ready to enjoy all the lake has to offer, and more importantly, that you don't miss out on the moments that matter the most. From neuropathy, problems with your feet, hip, or back pain, and even a spinal tune-up. I'll make sure you're set to enjoy the moments that matter the most. I'm Dr. Mark Beck, inviting you to stop by for a consultation. But for now, back to this live high school game of the week on Lake TV.
So what are you in for? I had a few beers and I decided to drive. You? I stopped at a green light. I was high.
Dude, you can't be drunk or high while driving.
Yeah, that's illegal.
Even just slightly buzzed or high decreases your reaction time by at least 50%. What? It does.
Well, what did you guys do?
Us, we robbed the house.
Be a good guy. Don't drive drunk or high.
Back here on Lake TV's Game of the Week, where it is Bolivar in control. They lead 28-6, and now the kick fielded at about the 31-yard line. Across the 40 in good starting field position as Mason Brown, the sophomore, has it. So 41 seconds and all 3 timeouts.
Yeah, take your shot, but you've got to protect your quarterback here because Bolivar knows the situation. Obviously, they're going to play it pretty loose on defense. The defensive line can kind of pin their ears back and go after the quarterback. And they're probably saying, if you want to run the ball, go right ahead. But you can't stop the clock 3 times. So a long way to go, 59 yards for a score in a very short period of time.
Sperling rolls to his right. You got to get rid of that. It knocked out of bounds at about the 37, but he loses 3. Maybe 4, going to bring up a 2nd down and long. I don't know. I think if you throw it away in high school football, you're not allowed, right? If you throw it away, it's intentional grounding.
You can make it look good. I mean, throw it at somebody's feet anyway. But that play just got strung out, and the more he rolled to the side, it just cut the field in half. And good job by the defensive backs to realize he wasn't going to throw completely across the field.
But it starts with the 3 on the line. They are just getting such a push. I almost said trusty, but Sperling just hasn't had time to get comfortable. He tucks it and steps up, eludes a loss, and ends up gaining 1 to bring up 3rd down and 13, and a timeout now called.
And I think
by
Bolivar,
Osage.
You sure? I think Bolivar may have called. Well, no, they did. It was Osage with the timeout.
We're going to stay right here with you. So, yeah, I mean, Bolivar defensively, Mike, for as impressive as they've been offensively, their defense just looks bigger and stronger right now.
Quicker, too. So, a couple of scores for you. Versailles trailing Skyline 30-0 at halftime. Versailles coming off a really tough year last year. And Owensville over Eldon at halftime, 14-13. It won't be 72-69. I had one of those Eldon Osage games, or Eldon Owensville games. It was 72-69 one night. I wish I would have taken a picture of my score sheet that evening. What a mess that was.
Yeah, didn't you have a quarterback and a wide receiver break records in that game?
Oh, it was crazy. That quarterback for Owensville, for the Dutchman, he went on to, what's the school in Fulton? A really good educational school. I can't think of it.
Westminster?
Westminster College. He went there and had a nice career. Man, he was...
Brock Silvers? Chris Marshall.
Yeah.
A lot of good local. Mark Garber have played football at Westminster from Versailles.
That was a night.
Although I guess Brock Silvers was a Camden grad.
Yeah, he was.
I put him in that Versailles box. You know, he coached there, of course, and then coached at Westminster. So 3rd down and 14. Sperling looking down the sideline for his receiver. And, that could be a hit against a defenseless receiver. Butler was going up to get it, and he heard footsteps as he should have. He got hung out to dry, falls incomplete, and, the corner, he delivered, or the safety, delivered a blistering hit, Mike. Wow.
He was actually kind to him there a little bit. He could have really, really laid him out, but was defended the pass, and that's all he was trying to do. That could have been a lot worse than it was. And good concentration by the receiver for Osage to go up in the air and stay on the ball and try to make the reception.
So 4th down and 14, an obvious punt situation. And now for Osage, the goal goes from scoring to not allowing Bolivar to score in this last 20 seconds.
And a fake. Nope.
Sperling gets the punt away. Really a good punt there. Burns a few seconds off the clock and goes out about the 21-yard line. So it's good for 42 yards on the punt, flips field, and that makes it that much tougher on Bolivar to score. But Chapel Banner in the first half has 2 touchdown passes, a touchdown run, and he has weapons all around him, we've seen.
He does. One timeout, I would think you're getting the ball to start the second half, I would think taking a knee would probably be the smart play here. But, you trust your quarterback. You know he's not going to do anything that's going to hurt you and give up maybe a touchdown the other way some way. That looks like a formation possibly where they got 2 backs back there protecting him. I think he's just going to take a knee.
Yeah, smart. The big lead, and you'll get the football. So after the conclusion of our first half, just moments away, that sees Bolivar out in front 28-6. We'll take a commercial break and be back in about 5 minutes with your Hedges Scott Millard halftime show. Your score again, Bolivar in control, Mike. They lead 28-6. They'll get the football to start your second half.
Hey everybody, it's Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture at the Lake. This week kicks off our Labor Day sale, and you get awesome deals for every room of the house. Not only are we giving you discounts, but we're also doing up to 72 months interest-free financing. Need a mattress? It's on sale. You need a sofa? It's on sale. Doesn't matter what you need, it's all on sale at Slumberland. Come check it out at Slumberland Furniture, where we're bringing happy home.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the water tower in Laurie. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second-level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
At Thomas Construction, we're not just builders, we're part of the community, living and loving the lake life just like you. As a family-owned local business, we bring a personal touch to every project, whether it's a residential home, a commercial space, or a multifamily investment. We pride ourselves on the quality and integrity of our work, delivering outstanding results no matter what the scale. Our skilled team of professionals is with you every step of the way, transforming your vision of luxury living into reality. Thomas Construction, building legacies at the lake since 1975.
Lake life starts here. At Lake Expo Real Estate, we know that buying or selling a lakefront property is more than just a transaction. It's the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter that we strive to make easy, from listing to closing. In a competitive market, we showcase your property to the masses online with LakeExpo.com, returning unmatched visibility. And if you're ready to buy that lake house, our team lives and breathes the lake lifestyle, so we know what this chapter is all about. At Lake Expo Real Estate, we believe in community, cherishing those lasting memories, and helping make your lake dream a reality. Check us out online to find lake properties. No logins, no distractions, just pure, unfiltered lake views and options. Lake Expo Real Estate, where we are ready to be a part of your next chapter.
At New Spring Wellness Center, we understand how hectic life can be and the stress that comes with it. We also understand that your health often gets forgotten about. Whether it's addiction, weight loss, or lack of energy, New Spring Wellness Center offers natural services you won't find other places. From our vitamin IV drips to our laser hair removal and everything else. Naturally better health is our focus at New Spring Wellness Center in Osage Beach. Call now to schedule your free consultation.
As student athletes, we always work as hard as we can. But in order to take care of our work, we need to take care of ourselves.
Getting enough sleep, eating foods that fuel your body, stretching and recovering after practice. These are all important steps that help us to be our best when the lights are the brightest.
But when we get home, it's okay to take a break to give ourselves time to recharge.
And if something doesn't feel right, talk to someone. We don't have to carry everything ourselves.
Being our best isn't just about what we do on the field or the court.
When we help ourselves, we help our teams. We are better together.
Getting and staying healthy has never been easier with COMC. With convenient locations throughout the lake area, including our Hy-Vee location in Osage Beach, care is always close to home. From pediatrics and OBGYN care to behavioral health, dental, primary care, and now offering optometry with our mobile unit. COMC provides high-quality health care for everyone, regardless of insurance or ability to pay. We accept Medicaid, Medicare, private insurance, and self-pay. Getting healthy is easy with COMC, where your health is our mission.
Role models matter now more than ever, and you have the power to be one. When you show good sportsmanship at high school events, you set an example of character, respect, and integrity. Good sports help preserve the tradition of high school athletics and build community pride. So lead by example and be a good sport. This message is brought to you by your friends at Mission Student Advisory Committee.
Championship football starts with a great defense, and so does protecting your home. Before termites break through, before spiders take over your dock, before ants, wasps, rodents, and unwanted pests move in, call the defense that's been winning since 1971. All-American Termite and Pest Control doesn't just respond to pests, they stop them before they become a problem. Defense you can count on. This season, trust the team protecting homes across the Lake of the Ozarks. All-American Termite and Pest Control, proud presenting sponsor of live high school football on Lake TV.
Van Subaru proudly supports Children's Mercy. Children's Mercy has served our area for over 125 years with compassionate healthcare, life-changing research, and breakthrough innovations. We believe in their mission to provide world-class healthcare, creating more well-being for children and their families. Since 2009, Subaru and their retailers have donated over $256 million to charity, and we're grateful to support our local community. Learn more at vansubaru.com.
'Cause all roads lead to Van.
Hey everybody, it's Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture at the Lake. This week kicks off our Labor Day sale, and you get awesome deals for every room of the house. Not only are we giving you discounts, but we're also doing up to 72 months interest-free financing. Need a mattress? It's on sale. You need a sofa? It's on sale. Doesn't matter what you need, it's all on sale at Slumberland. Come check it out at Slumberland Furniture, where we're bringing happy home.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the water tower in Laurie. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
At Thomas Construction, we're not just builders, we're part of the community, living and loving the lake life just like you. As a family-owned local business, we bring a personal touch to every project, whether it's a residential home, a commercial space, or a multifamily investment. We pride ourselves on the quality and integrity of our work, delivering outstanding results no matter what the scale. Our skilled team of professionals is with you every step of the way, transforming your vision of luxury living into reality. Thomas Construction, building legacies at the lake since 1975.
Life truly is all about memories, but more importantly, those we create those memories with. And at Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes, our staff focuses on the families we serve.
They were fantastic. It just took a lot of weight off of our shoulders. They are incredibly thoughtful and genuine. They are just there to support you and your family.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
Friday Night Lights, packed stadiums, school pride on full display. As families travel across mid-Missouri supporting student athletes, remember that getting there safely is more important than the final score.
Put the phone down, buckle up, and stay focused behind the wheel. Together, we can make every trip to the game a safe one. This Drive Safe, Boat Safe message is brought to you by Price & Randall, Injury Attorneys.
At Beck Wellness, we always say that if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your illness. Our goal is to make sure you're ready to enjoy all the lake has to offer, and more importantly, that you don't miss out on the moments that matter the most. From neuropathy, problems with your feet, hip, or back pain, and even a spinal tune-up. I'll make sure you're set to enjoy the moments that matter the most. I'm Dr. Mark Beck, inviting you to stop by for a consultation. But for now, back to this live high school game of the week on Lake TV.
So what are you in for? I had a few beers and I decided to drive. You? I stopped at a green light. I was high.
Dude, you can't be drunk or high while driving.
Yeah, that's illegal.
Even just slightly buzzed or high decreases your reaction time by at least 50%. What? It does.
Well, what did you guys do?
Us, we robbed the house. Be a good guy. Don't drive drunk or high.
What's happening at the lake? Social media's chaos. It's hard to tell what's real and what's fake. That's why we built the Lake Expo app. Real news, everything boating, events that matter. The lake is here. Download the Lake Expo app today.
Back here on our halftime show, presented by Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes here at School of the Osage. And Mike, first half sees Bolivar out in front 28-6. What are your big takeaways from the first couple of quarters?
They were able to do what they wanted to do on offense. Osage, in a way, is a little fortunate. It's as close as it is. Some penalties, several penalties for the Bolivar Liberators, pushed them back or took touchdowns away. I think the big key is Osage has not been able to get consistent pressure on the quarterback Banner for Bolivar, and he's been able to survey the field. They mix in just enough running to keep them honest. And the one time they did get good pressure, they had set up a screen, and then boom, goes right down the field. So it's been an impressive first half of football for the Bolivar Liberators.
Coach Clardy has a heck of a game plan coming in, because you said it, that when they do get pressure and they bring blitz on the outside, well, Banner is so quick. He just runs up the middle wherever there's a hole, and so you can't really send everybody around the side. You can't send people back. So it's been a hard time for Osage's defense trying to get anything going and slow down Bolivar's offense.
You can't win in the NFL without a starting quarterback. I mean, a really good starting quarterback. I mean, there's a few exceptions where a defense, like for Baltimore, won a Super Bowl for them.
What, Trent Dilfer's not your first ballot Hall of Famer?
He would be the first to tell you that he wasn't a first ballot Hall of Famer. But for a high school, when you've got a quarterback who can evade the pass rush and see a seam and say, hey, I pass or I can run for 20 here, that's hard to defend, because your defensive backs are going to have their backs turned and not see the play. And when they're getting the blocking, it's just all clicking for Bolivar right now.
And if you're just joining us and you see that score of 28-6, you're thinking, well, how good was Bolivar in the first half? Well, so good that 3 touchdowns were called back for penalties. They still got touchdowns on all 3 of those drives.
But a couple of times, Osage had the initial possession of the ball game. They're moving the ball down the field. They tried a toss on a reverse in a short yardage situation, 4th and 1 or 3rd and 1, I forget which it was. But it dropped for a loss, and then they had a penalty that killed another drive, just a 5-yarder, made them switch their mind to what they were going to do, go for it at 4th and 1 or punt on 4th and 6. So it's the little mistakes early in the game like that can really turn things. Now they've got to figure out a way to slow Bolivar's offense down.
Yeah, and that is a tall task considering their quarterback, Chapel Banner, was huge. And we're going to run down our official, well, I guess unofficial, but as close to official as you'll get statistics from our first half. Mike?
Well, I'm usually in the ballpark. You know.
Right.
We'll go with that. Let's take a look at the individual rushing totals. First of all, for Bolivar, Banner had 10 carries for 52 yards. Hill had 8 for 40. And Spiegel had 1 for 4 yards, but it was a touchdown. So 96 yards rushing for the Bolivar Liberators on 18 carries. Passing stats are very impressive. Yates had 1 for 8, Long 1 for 5. Cooper had 3 for 45 and a touchdown. Gonzalez had 3 for 48 and a 25-yard touchdown. And Hill had a 57-yarder. So 173 through the air, 96 rushing, 267 from scrimmage for Bolivar. They did have 4 penalties for 47 yards. It really helped Osage out some. So a good 267 yards is a big number for the first half in this game. For the Osage Indians, rushing total, Sperling 5 for 42, Herring 5 for 14. Tornier 5 for 19 and Butler 1 for -2. So 73 yards rushing for Osage on 16 attempts. There were no turnovers in the game. Very clean first half in that regard. The passing stats, Sperling was 3 of 9. The catches went to Butler, 1 for 4. Quinn Butler had 1 for 11. And number 20, whose name I forgot to write down, had 1 for 4.
Christian Herring, yeah.
Herring would have had the 4-yard catch. So 19 through the air, 73 rushing, 92 yards from scrimmage for School of the Osage. 3 penalties, 15 yards. And again, no turnovers in the contest in the first half.
Yeah, and only those 3 penalties for 15 yards, but all 3 of them were big times.
Yeah.
2 that really stalled the drive, and 1 that changed the whole game plan, and they ended up punting. And so big penalties, and really you said that the 3 for 15 yards with over 40 yards of penalties for Bolivar doesn't figure in the touchdown that gets moved back 70 yards. Right. It's so just a crazy first half for Bolivar. They dominated about in every phase. They're going to get the football first. But if there's anything we know about Coach Shannon Jolly, you're used to halftime adjustments. They've been here before, down early in the season at half, and come out much stronger in the second half.
And I think Sperling really acquitted himself well for his first varsity start against a big defensive line. I like what Bolivar's doing. They got the 3 down linemen, but they show kind of a umbrella shape with 5 defenders back of the line of scrimmage, and they blitz from different directions. And he's done a pretty good job picking that up and getting the ball out. But, man, their defensive backs can really cover some ground.
Yeah, and I want you guys to watch that. What Mike's talking about is defensively the 3 down linemen in that umbrella shape with 3 linebackers and 2 ends. They'll come, and one time it'll look like they're going to blitz from the right side. So the help, whether it's the pulling guard or whether it's the guy in the backfield with the quarterback, they're going to zero in. If the defense sees that guy drops and they blitz from the other side, and it's been impossible for Osage. And that's game plan, right? That's really good that you're seeing these high school kids recognize that, and that comes from really good coaching.
And that puts a lot of pressure on the offensive linemen. They've got to have their head on a swivel and realize who they're going to have to pick up and where it's coming from, more importantly.
Yeah, it'll be a really big adjustment for Osage to get back in this ball game. Bolivar gets it first, leading by 22. And as we look around the lake area, Camdenton actually out in front on the road, 9-7 at the half in Rogers, Arkansas. And so that's a big score to keep an eye on. And then you mentioned, of course, the Eldon and Versailles scores. But for you guys watching right here on Lake TV, we're glad you're with us. We're going to take a commercial break as we conclude our Hedges Scott Millard halftime show. And we return. It's your second half with Bolivar and Osage right here on Lake TV.
Life truly is all about memories, but more importantly, those we create those memories with. And at Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes, our staff focuses on the families we serve.
maybe you wouldn't necessarily know where to start. Josh showed up from the beginning to the end. He did amazing. I would absolutely recommend him to everybody I know.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we understand it's the little things that make a big difference for the families we serve.
Lake life starts here. At Lake Expo Real Estate, we know that buying or selling a lakefront property is more than just a transaction. It's the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter that we strive to make easy, from listing to closing. In a competitive market, we showcase your property to the masses online with lakeexpo.com, returning unmatched visibility. And if you're ready to buy that lake house, our team lives and breathes the lake lifestyle, so we know what this chapter is all about. At Lake Expo Real Estate, we believe in community, cherishing those lasting memories, and helping make your lake dream a reality. Check us out online to find lake properties. No logins, no distractions, just pure, unfiltered lake views and options. Lake Expo Real Estate, where we are ready to be a part of your next chapter.
Hey everybody, it's Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture at the Lake. This week kicks off our Labor Day sale, and you get awesome deals for every room of the house. Not only are we giving you discounts, but we're also doing up to 72 months interest-free financing. Need a mattress? It's on sale. You need a sofa? It's on sale. Doesn't matter what you need, it's all on sale at Slumberland. Come check it out at Slumberland Furniture, where we're bringing happy home.
Van Subaru proudly supports Children's Mercy. Children's Mercy has served our area for over 125 years with compassionate healthcare, life-changing research, and breakthrough innovations. We believe in their mission to provide world-class healthcare, creating more well-being for children and their families. Since 2009, Subaru and their retailers have donated over $256 million to charity, and we're grateful to support our local community. Learn more at vansubaru.com.
'Cause all roads lead to Van.
Friday Night Lights, packed stadiums, school pride on full display. As families travel across mid-Missouri supporting student athletes, remember that getting there safely is more important than the final score.
Put the phone down, buckle up, and stay focused behind the wheel. Together, we can make every trip to the game a safe one. This Drive Safe, Boat Safe message is brought to you by Price & Randall, injury attorneys.
At Beck Wellness, we always say that if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your illness. Our goal is to make sure you're ready to enjoy all the lake has to offer, and more importantly, that you don't miss out on the moments that matter the most. From neuropathy, problems with your feet, hip, or back pain, and even a spinal tune-up. I'll make sure you're set to enjoy the moments that matter the most. I'm Dr. Mark Beck, inviting you to stop by for a consultation. But for now, back to this live high school game of the week on Lake TV.
What's happening at the lake? Social media is chaos. It's hard to tell what's real and what's fake. That's why we built the Lake Expo app. Real news, everything boating, events that matter. The lake is here. Download the Lake Expo app today.
So what are you in for? I had a few beers and I decided to drive. You? I stopped at a green light. I was high.
Dude, you can't be drunk or high while driving.
Yeah, that's illegal.
Even just slightly buzzed or high decreases your reaction time by at least 50%. What? It does.
Well, what did you guys do?
Us, we robbed the house. Be a good guy. Don't drive drunk or high.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the water tower in Lori. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
At Thomas Construction, we're not just builders, we're part of the community, living and loving the lake life just like you. As a family-owned local business, we bring a personal touch to every project, whether it's a residential home, a commercial space, or a multifamily investment. We pride ourselves on the quality and integrity of our work, delivering outstanding results no matter what the scale. Our skilled team of professionals is with you every step of the way, transforming your vision of luxury living into reality. Thomas Construction, building legacies at the lake since 1975. At New Spring Wellness Center, we understand how hectic life can be and the stress that comes with it. We also understand that your health often gets forgotten about. Whether it's addiction, weight loss, or lack of energy, New Spring Wellness Center offers natural services you won't find other places. From our vitamin IV drips to our laser hair removal and everything else. Naturally better health is our focus at New Spring Wellness Center in Osage Beach. Call now to schedule your free consultation.
Hey, it's high school football right here on Lake TV, presented by All-American Termite and Pest Control. We get you ready for your second half of action. That'll see Bolivar get the football first, and it's the Liberators in control here. They lead by a score of 28-6, and it's been the senior quarterback, Banner. He's been unbelievable, Mike, through the first half. We've seen it with his legs. We've seen it with his arms, and Osage has had a hard time containing him, and so he'll be really our key point in this second half is, can Osage cause Chapel Banner to be uncomfortable when they bring those blitzes? Can they get a sack or two? Can they get Bolivar behind the sticks? Because that's the way they're going to have a chance to get back in this game.
And see, that's the scary thing about Banner. You can do everything right, and he can break the play down and make a guy miss and then pick up 20 yards. I mean, that's having a mobile, smart quarterback at the high school level. Again, you do everything right on defense, and then he makes a play because he's really got an advantage because they're running at him. He can make you miss so much easier, and it's been pretty impressive to watch here.
So as we get ready for our second half of action, kicking off, Jaden Lara Fuentes, the junior, handles the kickoff duties for Osage. And we've seen some short scribbers, and you notice Bolivar, they literally have 8 or 9 guys up here within the first 25 yards, anticipating maybe a squib or a shorter kick to start our second half.
Dakota Spiegel is back deep.
He has 1 carry for a score so far, and it is Fuentes who hits that one, takes a weird bounce, fielded inside the 20, and Cooper trying to get outside. Look out, Cooper still on his feet all the way up to the 48-yard line. Fuentes makes the stop, the kicker, saving a touchdown, but Cooper just been impressive as well.
Well, that was an impressive tackle there by the young man, but yeah, Cooper really impressive as well. Just kept working to the outside. Special teams for Bolivar's been very good. Bolivar with 269 yards of offense from scrimmage, but their special teams have racked up some big numbers as well.
And as we start our second half, Chapel Banner will be out of the gun. Gonzalez in motion. And run the opposite way. No, a read option. Here's Chapel Banner. First play in the second half from scrimmage. Still on his feet across the 20. Inside the 10 to the house for the score. Chapel Banner from 51 yards out to the house. This house call presented by Thomas Construction. And Banner started the second half right where he ended the first half, dominating.
And again, it's a deal where you did everything right initially on defense, and then he breaks him down and just outruns everybody. Glover had 1 shot at him and just couldn't get over there quick enough. And the lead extends now to 28 with an extra point on the way.
Yeah, Bolivar starts fast in this game, and they start the second half fast as a Slumberland penalty flag falls. But I've been impressed with what I've seen from Cooper on these PATs, just like last year. Brady Clark would kick it into the woods, or he'd kick it on top of the high school about 400 yards that way. Well, tell you what, this kicker Cooper for the Liberators, he's got a leg.
That's a penalty on Bolivar. They're 5th for 52 yards. I don't think it's going to matter for Mr. Cooper. I think he has plenty of leg to kick it from the 15, which would be a 25-yard extra point.
There's a high likelihood that Cooper's bribing the lineman to get more false starts, saying, let me show this leg off. Get us back to midfield, would you?
Put me back there where Butker kicks from.
I mean, look at him. He is true. No, he's wide left, plenty of distance, but the penalty does come back to bite Bolivar. They lead Osage by a score of 34-6. We'll be back on Lake TV after this.
As student athletes, we always work as hard as we can. But in order to take care of our work, we need to take care of ourselves.
Getting enough sleep, eating foods that fuel your body, stretching and recovering after practice. These are all important steps that help us to be our best when the lights are the brightest.
But when we get home, it's okay to take a break to give ourselves time to recharge.
And if something doesn't feel right, talk to someone. We don't have to carry everything ourselves.
Being our best isn't just about what we do on the field or the court.
When we help ourselves, we help our teams. We are better together.
Back here on Lake TV at School of the Osage, I'm William Holtz. Thank you for joining us tonight on our Week 1 rendition of high school football in our 14th season covering Lake Area High School football. And Mike Bissell, the Hall of Famer, joins me here. And Mike, it's not often in an Osage game these last 3 or 4 years that we see a score like this early in the game.
No, not at all. A big kick. I mean, you got to think that they've really tried to make some adjustments. You give up a big kick return and a one-play 51-yard drive is not the way you draw it up in the locker room.
No, 21 seconds off the second half clock, and Bolivar out there. Now, there is a really heads-up play for Osage. That is Grady Haig, the sophomore. If he doesn't recover that, that's Bolivar football.
Yeah, it's a live ball.
There was no other Osage player anywhere close to him.
Yeah, and it was just the requisite number of yards. It's got to travel at least 10. Alertly, there's been a couple of good special team plays receiving the ball for School of the Osage. The coverage has been lacking here this evening.
And even if you don't get back into this ball game, these 2 quarters are huge. Those plays matter. Finding out on special teams how you're going to fill the gaps in a 9-game season on first down at Tournier.
Yeah, they go on I don't know if they even called out any cadence whatsoever. They just got up the line and snapped it. Got 2 yards out of it, just the dive. That's actually the play that they started the first half with, the very same play.
So just 2 here, and Bolivar more suited to try to score quickly than what we've seen from Osage here. They might mix it up and try to go hurry up, but down 3+ scores, now 4, as Sperling tries to get the edge, and no sir-ee, and that's Stiggers comes in there and makes a stop. 3rd down upcoming in about 5 or 6.
Knox Woolhoit, who's a senior captain, he made that play defensively. He got there and he took on the blocker, and once he did that and neutralized him, that left Sperling 1 on 3 to the outside. He did a good job just to get a couple of yards there.
Sperling calls his own number up the middle, has Beck Wellness Center first down yardage up to the 42, and Sperling continues to do it with his legs up to the 41-yard line.
I like the block there by Smitherman. Did a great job on a little trap on the inside. Good read by Sperling, taking it right up the middle and getting the first down. Sperling 7 carries now and 52 yards.
Yeah, he's been their strongest ball carrier, really generated the majority of their offense thus far. Little naked boot. Nice block by Tournier, and here goes Sperling inside the 30, where he'll be stopped there after another Beck Wellness Center first down. But Gage Tournier made that play with a chip block, Mike, and it was not an easy block.
Yeah, you get everybody flowing the other direction. You've got to be careful when you get those blocks that you're not hitting in the back, blocking in the back. Just a good job, good execution.
So Osage now, a couple of first downs back-to-back, trying to get a little momentum. They're inside enemy territory. They got it at the 29 of Bolivar.
Quinn Butler's got one-on-one to the outside. Can he win? And he won't get the
Tournier
chance.
gets the handoff, and great open field tackle. Goes low and wraps up on the play. That's number 32 for Bolivar. Jonah Bryant, the junior, makes the stop, and that goes for a loss. Brings up second down and 11.
Bit of a slow developing slant there, and they just were able to shoot a gap and dropping for that yard loss. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are pretty impressive about this Bolivar squad. It was 3-7 last year.
Yeah, I'm telling you what, they do look good. Here's Sperling up the middle. That's about 5 or 6 yards. And Sperling, every time he runs, he seems to get good yardage. He did have one carry earlier for a loss of 1, but he's been fairly strong outside of that. That's going to bring up third down and manageable, and goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. This is a must-score touchdown drive for Osage.
Yeah, 2 possession here. What I would say about Sperling, his running style, and it's no reflection on his character, I would say that he was shifty.
Yeah. Well,
oh, that's not good.
Probably going to be offense. Oh, they're going to say defense. They're going to get the defense.
That's a break.
On the Slumberland Furniture penalty flag. And now they'll talk about it, so maybe they will change their mind. But regardless, 5 yards coming one way.
It's either 3rd and 10 or 3rd and very short. And it looks like Osage is going to move back. No? Dead ball foul procedure, they did change it.
Yeah, so that will back up Osage to 3rd and 11. And, of course, the home fans, they didn't love that, but I think it was the right call. Osage pulled the defense offside, and you like to see the officials come together and get those calls right.
Yeah. The linesman on the far side had the defense moving, but he didn't see the backfield. They just were completely off on the snap count there. Well, this makes it a little bit tougher, but it's still 4-down territory, I believe, just inside the 30.
So Herring, Butler, and Butler, the 3 wide receivers, bottom of your screen. Keep an eye on number 11. Instead, they're going to go to Colt Butler, and a great open field tackle coming up, and Will Niven. They just really don't miss when it comes to those open field tackles.
Yeah, Niven with a great tackle there. Another senior, he read the play very well. They just didn't get the block. There's got to be somebody out there on that flanker screen to get the block, and he was just able to come up on his own. That was too easy. Who had the catch there?
Colt Butler.
Okay.
And at times on these flanker screens, these quick hitters, Mike, it's real deliberate on offense. I mean, you know who it's going to. Osage unable to get anything going through the air thus far. So 4th down and 15. And now we're going to see a
timeout. It has to be.
I don't know if you love burning that timeout. 7:07 left in the 3rd, down 28. We'll take a commercial break and be right back on Lake TV's Game of the Week. Back here on Lake TV, 7:07 left in the 3rd, and Osage facing a 4th down and 15. Bolivar been real tough here in week 1 of the high school football season. And if you're wondering where we'll be next week, we will be in Eldon for the Versailles Tigers and the Eldon Mustangs. And week 3, we'll get our first trip to the Jaws of Death for Smith Cotton and Camdenton. And week 4, we'll be right back at the Jaws of Death for Helias at Camdenton. And then we'll be right back here. Week 5. So here's Sperling, 4th down and 15. First time he's had a clean pocket. Steps up, throws, looking for Butler. Butler is interfered with inside the 10. Yeah, pass interference on the defense. So it is good, but I ask, pass interference, is it always a 15-yard or 10-yard penalty? Because it's not a spot foul in high school.
Well, yeah, it's, in the pros it's a spot foul, but it's going to be a 15-yard. It's going to be, regardless, it's going to be a 1st down.
And even more pressing is Colt Butler shaking up on that play, and he's now limping to the Osage sideline.
I actually thought that looked like pretty good coverage there, but must have got there. I mean, the official was in perfect position to call it.
It looked like it was, to the naked eye, to me anyway, looked just a split second early because as Butler's hand hit the football, his back was already being pushed. It was so close, but he does get the call and then moves it inside. The Price and Randall Injury Attorneys red zone.
And again,
Osage,
Osage gets a break, and that was a well-thrown ball. Nice route, too.
Nice job by Sperling just to give him a shot. If you don't throw that football, penalty flag never happens. So first down and 10 at the 18-yard line. Penalty flag flies. Here's Sperling inside the 5. Outside to the house. Touchdown, but there's Slumberland penalty flags on the field.
It's going to be a legal motion. I think the running back, you have two men in motion at the same time. We're not in Canada, eh? So, you can't do that. Obviously, you saw the guy in the slot who
he was
flinched.
reset.
Well, it didn't matter because the other guy was in motion too. So you got two guys in motion at the same time. And that one hurts School of the Osage. That is their 5th penalty, but only 25 yards. They've all been the 5-yard variety.
We've seen 4 touchdowns wiped off the board via penalty tonight, which is probably uncommon, right?
And not often.
First down and 15. Ball's at the 23-yard line.
Got to pick up the blitz here.
Sperling trying to get to his left, and he is taken down violently at the 30-yard line. He loses 7. That's good closing speed from Bolivar, and they just cannot elude the first defender that gets there. And it seems like either side of the field, Bolivar is right in the backfield at that point of attack.
Yeah, that hurts. Again, the penalty takes away the touchdown for you because the illegal motion had nothing to do with the running play whatsoever. It was a slot to the weak side who just moved a little bit, but that's all it takes. The wide stuff really hasn't seemed to work well for Osage tonight.
Sperling into the flat has his target. That is hauled in for a modest gain. Preston Glenn, the senior tight end, has it up to about the 24. So we'll give him 6 yards, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 16.
I just hope to get 8 here, 7 or 8, something. Give yourself a legitimate opportunity to convert. Again, I don't think the field goal kicking this year is really up to hitting a 40-yarder, and you need the points anyway. A little confusion here. Glenn gets set up now correctly.
Rolling to his left is Sperling. Now throws across his body. Has Quinn Butler at the 20. Modest gain of about 4, maybe 5. Going to bring a 4th down and long. Well defended after the short completion for the Indians. They have it down to the 21-yard line.
They're rolling him from side to side to side, and it's been tough for him. I think somehow you've got to trust sitting in the pocket and try to get downfield, because when you roll to one side, you're cutting the field in half for the defense, and the defensive backs are going to just disregard you coming across the field to the weak side. They're not going to pay any attention to you on a rollout.
So 4th down and 13. Osage got to have it. Sperling to the end zone. Deflected up and incomplete. Well defended to get a hand in there. That's going to be a turnover on downs for the Indians. Bolivar will get it 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Yeah,
there's a roughing the quarterback passer against Bolivar. So look out. It's going to be a personal foul on the Slumberland Furniture penalty flag, and it should be an automatic 1st down for the Indians.
Yeah, it'll be half the distance to the goal, so they'll mark it about the 11-yard line, it looks like. I didn't ever see the flag there. But again, rolling out, William, and you cut the field in half, and those defensive backs are, like I said, they're just going to disregard the weak side pass.
Huge break for
Again.
Osage on the Slumberland Furniture penalty flag, and Osage now has life, even if minimal life. They've got life. 1st down and 10 from the 11-yard line.
Well, you've got, really rather slim opportunity here to win this game, but you've got to try to get something positive here to build in your practice next week and for Moberly next Friday night.
Little read option. Sperling stays on his feet down to the 5. We'll give him 6 yards. We'll set the Indians up 2nd down and 5 from right there.
I'm not sure that wasn't a busted play. It looked like they were trying to use the influencer or the man coming around from the right wing to get the handoff to the right side, but it just didn't ever develop. So
here's Sperling. 2nd down and 5. Handoff to Tournier, who's going to be stuffed at about the 3-yard line. Brett will bring up 3rd down and real short. Worth noting, they can pick up a 1st down inside the 1 without scoring, albeit unlikely. So 3rd down and 3 from inside the 5 right here.
Again, the running success they've had seems like it's been between the tackles. Now, it's not been a whole lot, but running straight at this defense, I think, is a little more effective right now.
Sperling going to call his own number, trying to keep it moving, and he's going to be stuffed at about the 2. Ball's loose. Ball's on the ground, and I think Bolivar has it. They do. A fumble coughed up, your first turnover of the night, and it's recovered by the Liberators. So Osage, they knock on the door, but they come up empty as the Liberators get the first takeaway of the night. Sperling really trying to get that extra effort there. He says he was down, but to no avail. You look at it here.
Now, you could make the argument that his forward progress had stopped, but you don't hear the whistle, you keep playing.
Yeah, Caden Jump ends up recovering the fumble for Bolivar. So your first turnover of the night gives it back to Bolivar with 4:12 left in the 3rd. Quick hitter into the flat. Has his target, and he's going to be tripped up there. On the reception was Peyton Yates, the senior. Has about 5 or 6. Good tackle out there on the edge for the Indians.
I think that was that Quinn Butler, I guess. I mean, he saved a touchdown there. A good block on that bubble screen and made the first man miss. Trying to keep up with my stats here. 2nd and 3.
Clock is continuing to move quickly for Osage. Just quick hitter into the flat, and again, Gonzalez, that's happened a few times already tonight, just looks up before he secures the catch, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, the most important aspect of that play is catch the ball, and he was looking to cut back against the grain and go back into the center of the field. Got to secure it first, then you can worry about what you're going to do. But he's had some good catches completed and one for a touchdown we know of.
So 3rd down and 4. The Osage faithful, you're starting to see some people call it a night, but not the Osage student section. They are at capacity. Love the energy, and winning a district championship gets people excited about the football team. And now here's the pocket collapsing, and look at what we're used to seeing all night. Banner just shy of the 20. He's got a Beck Wellness Center 1st down. Outstanding run by Chapel Banner, and another play where Osage's defense did everything right except contain the quarterback.
Yeah, you broke down containment on the side, and Banner sees the whole field, and then he just takes it outside and gets the 1st down. You do everything right, as you said, on defense. You get pressure on the quarterback, but he makes a play that continues to drive. You got a feeling there's a big play coming up here somewhere pretty soon.
Ball's at the 19-yard line. Banner into the flat. Look out on the screen. That's another nice gainer. Once again to Long. Long's had a nice night here in week 1, and he's got another 5 or 6 yards.
Christian Herring on the tackle. Well, it's been a good night throwing the ball for Banner. I got him for 187 yards so far.
Handoff up the middle, and that's Hill. Hill has a Beck Wellness Center 1st down across the 30. Keeps those chains moving and continues to eat clock for Bolivar.
Somebody's shaking up here, William, I believe. One of the linemen are down for
Yeah, it looks like there is
Bolivar.
a Liberator down on the field. So we'll take a commercial break. It's all Bolivar in week 1 on Lake TV's Game of the Week, but still a quarter plus left when we return on Lake TV.
Championship football starts with a great defense, and so does protecting your home. Before termites break through, before spiders take over your dock, before ants, wasps, rodents, and unwanted pests move in, call the defense that's been winning since 1971. All-American Termite and Pest Control doesn't just respond to pests, they stop them before they become a problem. Defense you can count on. This season, trust the team protecting homes across the Lake of the Ozarks. All-American Termite and Pest Control, proud presenting sponsor of live high school football on Lake TV.
Friday Night Lights, packed stadiums, school pride on full display. As families travel across mid-Missouri supporting student athletes, remember that getting there safely is more important than the final score.
Put the phone down, buckle up, and stay focused behind the wheel. Together, we can make every trip to the game a safe one. This Drive Safe, Boat Safe message is brought to you by Price & Randall, injury attorneys.
Getting and staying healthy has never been easier with COMC. With convenient locations throughout the lake area, including our Hy-V location in Osage Beach, care is always close to home. From pediatrics and OBGYN care to behavioral health, dental, primary care, and now offering optometry with our mobile unit. COMC provides high-quality health care for everyone, regardless of insurance or ability to pay. We accept Medicaid, Medicare, private insurance, and self-pay. Getting healthy is easy with COMC, where your health is our mission.
Life truly is all about memories, but more importantly, those we create those memories with. And at Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes, our staff focuses on the families we serve.
They were fantastic. It just took a lot of weight off of our shoulders. They are incredibly thoughtful and genuine. They are just there to support you and your family.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
Back here on Lake TV and Shake It Up, Peyton Williamson.
Actually, I think it was Lincoln Schroep. No, you're right. It was 84. I thought it was 64. I thought it was one of the interior linemen. But he's up and walking. Took him a long time, but he's up and really looked better the closer he got to the sideline.
Yeah, it looked bad for a second, so you love to see him up on his own power and make his way to the sideline. So 1st down and 10. Banner already having a big night, going to take a shot here, looking down the field, and it is a strike. Unbelievable throw to Shakir McCoy, and it is a big gainer all the way down a 44-yard. Beck Wellness Center 1st down, puts the Liberators with it 1st down and 10 at the 25-yard line, and Chapel Banner has been absolutely spectacular, and that was a strike. 45 yards down the field.
Yeah, the coverage was beaten a little bit, but here's the running play.
Wow. Great effort from Hill. He has it all the way down to the 14 for a Beck Wellness Center 1st down. And Bolivar, who's been there early and often, back inside the Price and Randall Injury Attorneys red zone. Just 2:10 left in the 3rd quarter.
And going with a bit of a hurry up here now, too. Hill checks out, and he'll be replaced by number 40, and that's Dakota Spiegel, who had the touchdown in the 1st half. Now, that long throw, that was impressive. And great concentration by the receiver, Shakir McCoy, to reel that one in because the coverage wasn't that bad. The defender there challenging it.
Banner now flush to the right side. Extends the play, now throws. I mean, he is something else. A little shuffle pass, and it was out of bounds where only his receiver may have had a chance. Outside of Banner's play, we can't forget on 4th down and long earlier, Waylon Cooper's one-handed grab over the middle of the field to extend that drive. And that was when Bolivar just led this game by a score. So what a play that turns out to be. And now we're starting to see Banner get comfortable. And
I think he's seen Patrick before. Could try that, get scrambled out there and try a little push pass ahead.
Yeah, that's who came to mind when I saw that. So 1st and 10 from the 15. Going to call his own number is Banner. Inside the 5 to the house for the score. For the 2nd time tonight with his legs, Chapel Banner to pay dirt with 1:35 left, and you're getting another look. It's your Thomas Construction house call, and Chapel Banner having himself a night, putting Bolivar up 40-6 with 1:35 left in the 3rd.
We've got an update on Versailles. Not going well. They're losing 37-3 and losing to Skyline.
Well, they're like, so is Osage losing by 34 points right now. So make it 35. The extra point is up and good from Cooper and Bolivar. Has run away with this one, Mike, and putting up numbers. They lead 41-6 with just 1:35 left in the third.
Yeah, it's been impressive. It's really been impressive, especially you look at the numbers that Banner's putting up. I mean, William, he's got 82 yards rushing in the second half, so that gives him 134 for the game. And to go with, he's about 230 yards passing, so he's had a big night.
We'll take a short commercial break and be right back on Lake TV.
Van Subaru proudly supports Children's Mercy. Children's Mercy has served our area for over 125 years with compassionate healthcare, life-changing research, and breakthrough innovations. We believe in their mission to provide world-class healthcare, creating more well-being for children and their families. Since 2009, Subaru and their retailers have donated over $256 million to charity, and we're grateful to support our local community. Learn more at vansubaru.com.
'Cause all roads lead to Van.
Back here on Lake TV for our game of the week. In your score, as you see, Bolivar handling business in week one, and they're set to kick off for Osage, who'd love to get something going here in this last quarter plus in what's been a rough opening night for Coach Shannon Jolly and the Tribe.
Now, you lose 13 starters, you know you're going to have a big turnover from time to time. What a good play again on the kick return.
It's a great effort, too. Mason Brown, the sophomore, he's already had one of those tonight, and he's not afraid to go get it and take a run at it with those defenders just flying in there. Now Osage with the clock running as it's over a 30-point lead.
Yeah, you've got that off-axis spiral. The easy thing to do there is say, I'll let the guy behind me once the ball settles down a little bit. And he saved them a lot of yards by just catching that ball cleanly and getting what he could out of it to return it out to the 38. How do you like that off-axis spiral? I don't think I've ever said that before.
I like it. Sperling now going to roll out.
How about he open?
He's going to tuck it and run, and then gets down at about the 44-yard line. We'll give him 5 or 6 as he keeps it. And really, it was a great job by the defender. I believe it was number 10, Knox Woolhoy. He just settled. He saw there was the tight end under the flat and the other guy breaking out, Quinn Butler, in the flat. He didn't go for either. He just stayed there, not allowing the quarterback to choose either.
And on that slide, too, he wisely didn't try to initiate contact, which probably would have drawn a flag.
Sperling now going to keep it once again, lowers his head, and he stopped about a yard shy of first down yardage. And that's going to conclude our third quarter of play. So your score with 1 quarter left, Bolivar 41, Osage 6.
At Beck Wellness, we always say that if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your illness. Our goal is to make sure you're ready to enjoy all the lake has to offer, and more importantly, that you don't miss out on the moments that matter the most. From neuropathy, problems with your feet, hip, or back pain, and even a spinal tune-up. I'll make sure you're set to enjoy the moments that matter the most. I'm Dr. Mark Beck, inviting you to stop by for a consultation. But for now, back to this live high school game of the week on Lake TV.
What's happening at the lake? Social media's chaos. It's hard to tell what's real and what's fake. That's why we built the Lake Expo app. Real news, everything boating, events that matter. The lake is here. Download the Lake Expo app today.
Back here on Lake TV, where Bolivar in control here. They lead 41-6. Osage has it at their own 46-yard line. And if you talk bright spot for Osage, we have seen quarterback Blaine Sperling, the ability to run and tougher to bring down. But Osage's offense just has not got anything going for any period of time. You've not seen them get a consistent rhythm or flow. Whereas the other side, Mike, Bolivar, they've been nothing but rhythm and flow.
Yeah, I doubt they've got 30 yards of offense in the second half here.
Tournier blown up in the backfield for no gain. Going to bring up 4th down and 3 after the good defensive play. And Bolivar, of the things they do well, wrapping up and tackling soundly is right up there. They have done a much better job than Osage tonight in first player there makes the tackle. You're not seeing a lot of missed tackles.
That was a good play by Milo Griffin.
The lone returning lineman for Bolivar this year on the offensive side, but that line's been impressive. So 4 newcomers, and they've had a great first night as the offensive line for Bolivar. Here's Sperling now. Third down, needs first down yardage, and has it up to the 45-yard line for a Beck Wellness Center first down and inside Bolivar territory.
Yeah, nothing fancy there. He just calling his own number, and you have to kind of see it coming. He's been the most successful part of the offense, takes the lead back from his fullback, or the lead block from his fullback, and gets it up in there for the first down. Good tackle by Caden Jump.
Nothing else, Sperling may end up topping the century mark on the ground tonight if he keeps this going.
41 in the second half.
Quick hitter to Quinn Butler, who kind of works back to the football and never could go forward. So 2-yard gain. Another great defensive play out there on the edge. First man there, I believe, number 18. Will Niven, he's had himself a nice night, and going to bring up second down and 8 as we approach 10 minutes left in week 1.
Yeah, the clock not stopping for the first down. On the previous play, we are in continuous clock with a 35-point differential.
And Osage travels to Moberly next week, or are they back here at home?
I don't know for sure.
But they got Moberly next week, and that's always a tough game. Clean pocket for Sperling. Now going to take a shot for Butler. Has his man, and Butler just cannot bring it in. Really a good throw, but great coverage. And a couple of defenders all around him. But really that ball was put in a good place.
It was. I think he was already out of bounds when he makes contact with it, but maybe thrown just a little bit late. Of course, he got flushed out of the pocket, tried to throw on the run. Well, it was right there, but he was already out of bounds.
Yeah, Colt Butler has been bruised and battered tonight and continues to run. They're trying to check on him. I mean, he's tough. So
have we got a timeout, or is there somebody injured?
Zach Greco, the head athletic trainer for the Indians, was out there, but Butler comes off the field and he'll be spelled. So they'll keep it moving here. Third down and 8 with 9:30 left here in the third quarter.
And they do restart the clock, so I guess he was shaken up and they stopped it momentarily since he was off the playing field.
Little draw play, this time to Krantz. Owen Krantz carries it up to the 36-yard line, about a yard shy of first down. Nice misdirection play. And Owen Krantz, a sophomore that will be a big part of this Indians offense this season and over the next few years. Nice carry there. Going to bring up 4th down and 1.
Yeah, nice carry. That's his first touch tonight.
I like the design, too.
Yeah. You don't see true draws out of that shotgun very much.
Tournier on 4th down and short has first down yardage, courtesy of Beck Wellness Center inside the 35. So a fresh set of downs for the Indians and try to build on that.
Yeah, nice dive play. Again, the success for Osage has all been between the tackles running straight at this defense. The wide stuff just has not been successful at all. They've run a sweep out of this formation a couple of times. Nope.
Little play action now into the flat, no one there. Falls incomplete. Looking for his tight end, Preston Glenn, who was well covered by 3 defenders. So 2nd down and 10, and that might have been intentional.
I think so. There just wasn't anybody open. He was looking for the seam route to his tight end coming up in there, and it just was not there. Good double coverage.
Give a quick shout out to the Lake TV crew. Of course, Mike Bissell, the Hall of Famer, joining me here in the booth. Our technical director and chief engineer, Andrew Evans. Katie Pitts on top camera angle, our field cam. Alan Craig running our highlights, shooting from the sideline. Devin Humiston. That one is on the ground, luckily for Osage. A lot of hands on that one. Incomplete, brings up 3rd down. Devin Humiston on field highlights, graphics, and running the scoreboard in the truck. Sierra Smith, our sports director, Chris Schneider, and of course, look out for some great edits over the weekend, courtesy of Spencer Wall. We'll be looking for game recap highlights as well as player of the game. And this year, our friends at MoDOT their motto is Make It Home Missouri. So you'll have your Make It Home Missouri player of the game following the conclusion of tonight's game on our interview, along with head coach of Bolivar. So, and on 3rd and 10, Sperling running out of room. He does get it up to about the 31-yard line, going to bring up 4th down and 7.
He just couldn't pull the trigger. There was not anybody open. Only had 2 guys deep in the pattern, and they were just blanketed. There was nothing there. Good coverage by Stegers. Just well executed on defense. Good pressure all the way to the sideline. Well, Sperling's got a chance to get to 100 yards rushing. I've got him for 85 right now.
But 4th down and 8. Sperling taking a shot. That is intercepted at the 7-yard line. It was a really good play with the defender solid from the start and just made the play. It's Will Niven, who's had himself a night, the senior. That's the 2nd turnover of the game.
He'll probably get chastised when he gets to the sideline. Bat the ball down. He saved himself 25 yards probably at field position. That was a great catch, great technique. Never lost sight of the ball, played it at its highest point, and got the pick. Nice play.
Yeah, really nice defensive effort and adds to what was already a really outstanding night for Will Niven, the senior, and the shutdown corner for the Liberators. And he's set to have himself a really nice senior campaign. He's a good tackler. He does a nice job covering the defenders, and obviously that pick was a nice play. So Bolivar back out there on offense, and now you're going to see a new quarterback in there. I believe that's Braden Long. Rather, Blaine Ruth, the sophomore quarterback in there, hands it off.
I didn't get the running back. I'm not sure.
It's number 4,
okay, so
Finn McCullough.
Yeah, McCullough gets his first carry, obviously.
Also out there is Wyatt Mays, the freshman,
So
as well as Jackson O'Neill.
So Coach Clarity is getting some valuable playing time for second stringers. McCullough again.
A lot of Indians around the football, and McCullough is bamboozled. Now you're going to see a penalty flag come in from the back judge, and that looked like some extracurricular activity on the Slumberland Furniture at the Lake penalty flag.
Yeah, the play lost too. I'm not sure what this is for.
The back end looked like a Bolivar player may have thrown an Osage player down.
Well, at least it won't be very much in the way of yardage.
Well, they called it a face mask against the defense.
Okay.
So goes against Osage. Going to be a Beck Wellness Center first down, and Bolivar now has it up to the 21-yard line.
So it was a grab and hold type foul. 15 yards. Not just brushing across the face mask for a 5-yarder.
Quick hitter into the flat, and that is a great play defensively by Krantz. He was being held by the receiver before the ball was thrown, but he shakes off the blocker, the hold, and makes the TFL for a 2-yard loss. Good play by Owen Krantz.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that was 25 with the catch, Colton Martinez. Well, all the excitement has been drained out of this game, I believe. Just kind of playing out the clock here and continuous clock.
Look out. QB sack, or close to, back at the 20, so actually about the line of scrimmage. So nice play defensively by Krantz once again. Going to bring up 3rd down and 11.
Isn't it amazing the difference you see between the first and second string? All of a sudden, Osage just looks dominant on defense.
Yeah, it's wild. And these kids will surely be getting some time throughout this season. You see scores like this. I mean, you put this 41 on a Shannon Jolly defense. I like your chances to have some mercy clocks down the stretch. Hand off on 3rd down and long, a modest gain by Finn McCullough.
I think he fumbled as well. Now, whether or not they're going to say he was down by contact or not is open for debate. He only picked up a couple there. And they'll say 4th down.
So for the first time tonight, Osage forces Bolivar to punt.
There was a kid during warm-ups that was booming some, man. I mean, and again, that's Waylon Cooper, who's been doing the place kicking, so he's multi-talented in regards to kicking.
Kick returner, punt returner. Yeah, between him and Long, Braden Long, that's a dynamic duo.
And we've got another timeout call.
So real quick, we're going to stay right here just to give you a rundown, not just head coach Shannon Jolly, but a shout out to the Osage assistant coaches, Zach Hess, Chris Butler, Graham Bockham, Jake Evans, David Austin, Rob Hembrock, Jarrett Brooks, J.C. Brandt, P.J. Bledsoe, Matt Barnes, Nick Hendricks, and Ty Bustamante. Student managers, Stella Jolly and Leilani Langston, and their head athletic trainer is Zach Greco. Big shout out to Kelly Vernetti, who is the head cheer coach, and Kendra Franek, the assistant cheer coach. Dr. Jason Price, the superintendent here. Dr. David Dawson, the assistant superintendent. Principal of the high school here is Misty Brunert. Assistant principal Jeremy Kofelt, and the athletic director Tom Gunn. Appreciate the school of the Osage and their staff, always so welcoming, always so accommodating, and always love when we get to be here at School of the Osage. Of course, would have loved to see a different outcome, but Mike, it's early, and when you win a lot of games pretty regularly, these feelings aren't super familiar for a lot of these fans.
You're going to have a lot to learn at practice next week. Kick is away.
Butler very wisely decides to let that one fall at the 37, so a 43-yard punt by Cooper, and Osage has about a minute left.
Versailles falls to Skyline 37-3 is the final. Eldon down by 3 at 23-20 with 4 minutes left in that game.
It's a close one.
Yeah.
Right there. Let's see if we have a Camdenton score. The Lakers.
They're going to go all the way down to Arkansas. You might as well win. Carson Ritter checks in for Bolivar. That sounds too much like Cardinal Ritter.
Camdenton leads 27-17 late in the third quarter in Rogers. So a timeout now. It's going to be an offsides on the defense. Slumberland Furniture penalty flag. Don't forget, following the conclusion of tonight's game, it'll be our Van Subaru post-game show. I'll be on the field with our winning head coach and our Make It Home Missouri Player of the Game interview. And I always let the coach pick, but I'd like to think he's going to bring me their quarterback. What do you think?
That's a pretty safe bet, I think.
New quarterback in there for Osage is Dallas Woods, the sophomore. Hard run. He's got a Beck Wellness Center first down up to the 49-yard line. We'll give him 7. And so good hard run by Dallas Wood, who's a great athlete in his own right, and the sophomore was well in the quarterback competition coming into this season and still out there. We'll see if Osage gets off one more snap here in week 1.
But I have to hurry if they do.
Dallas gets another carry and gets another 2 or 3 yards, and the clock hits 0. Your final score from School of the Osage, Bolivar handles business over Osage 41-6. We're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be back on Lake TV in about 5 minutes with our Van Subaru postgame show. And don't go anywhere. I'll have head coach Robert Clardy for the Bolivar Liberators, and hope to talk to Make It Home Missouri's Player of the Game, Chapel Banner. We'll be back after this.
Hey everybody, it's Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture at the Lake. This week kicks off our Labor Day sale, and you get awesome deals for every room of the house. Not only are we giving you discounts, but we're also doing up to 72 months interest-free financing. Need a mattress? It's on sale. You need a sofa? It's on sale. Doesn't matter what you need, it's all on sale at Slumberland. Come check it out at Slumberland Furniture, where we're bringing happy home.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the water tower in Lori. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
At Thomas Construction, we're not just builders, we're part of the community, living and loving the lake life just like you. As a family-owned local business, we bring a personal touch to every project, whether it's a residential home, a commercial space, or a multifamily investment. We pride ourselves on the quality and integrity of our work, delivering outstanding results no matter what the scale. Our skilled team of professionals is with you every step of the way, transforming your vision of luxury living into reality. Thomas Construction, building legacies at the lake since 1975. At New Spring Wellness Center, we understand how hectic life can be and the stress that comes with it. We also understand that your health often gets forgotten about. Whether it's addiction, weight loss, or lack of energy, New Spring Wellness Center offers natural services you won't find other places. From our vitamin IV drips to our laser hair removal and everything else. Naturally better health is our focus at New Spring Wellness Center in Osage Beach. Call now to schedule your free consultation. Championship football starts with a great defense, and so does protecting your home. Before termites break through, before spiders take over your dock, before ants, wasps, rodents, and unwanted pests move in, call the defense that's been winning since 1971. All-American Termite and Pest Control doesn't just respond to pests, they stop them before they become a problem. Defense you can count on. This season, trust the team protecting homes across the Lake of the Ozarks. All-American Termite and Pest Control, proud presenting sponsor of live high school football on Lake TV. Getting and staying healthy has never been easier with COMC. With convenient locations throughout the lake area, including our Hy-Vee location in Osage Beach, care is always close to home. From pediatrics and OBGYN care to behavioral health, dental, primary care, and now offering optometry with our mobile unit. COMC provides high-quality health care for everyone, regardless of insurance or ability to pay. We accept Medicaid, Medicare, private insurance, and self-pay. Getting healthy is easy with COMC, where your health is our mission.
Life truly is all about memories, but more importantly, those we create those memories with. And at Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes, our staff focuses on the families we serve.
They were fantastic. It just took a lot of weight off of our shoulders. They are incredibly thoughtful and genuine. They are just there to support you and your family.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
Final score, Bolivar comes up with a 41-6 win over School of the Osage to start off this 2026 season. Let's take a look at the final numbers. Pretty impressive for Bolivar, excuse me. The quarterback, Banner, he had quite a night. 13 carries, 124 yards. Hill, the running back, 10 for 54. McCullough, 2 late carries, 2 for 4. And Ruth had 1 for 1. 187 yards rushing for the game for Bolivar on 27 attempts. They played clean, no turnovers in the game. The passing stats for Banner: 2 catches to Yates for 15, Long 2 for 12, Gonzalez 3 for 45, Cooper 3 for 45, Hill 1 for 57, McCoy 1 for 55, and one other catch there for Martinez for -2 yards. 227 yards through the air to go with 187 rushing. 4-14 in the game, clean game, no turnovers, but the penalties, 8 for 83 yards. Quickly for School of Osage, Sperling had a workhorse night, 16 carries, 85 yards. Herring had 5 for 14. Krantz 1 for 8 there late, 10 for 27 for Черnier. Butler 1 for -2, and Woods late, 2 for 9. Rushing totals, 141 for School of the Osage on 35 attempts. They did have a fumble. The passing stats for Sperling, he was on the night 6 for 24. And the catches went to Butler, 2 for 0 net yards. The other Butler, his brother, 3 for 18. Glenn had 1 for 6, and Herring had 1 for 4. So 28 yards through the air, 141 rushing, 169 total from scrimmage for Osage. They had the 2 turnovers, an interception, and a fumble, and 6 penalties for 40 yards in the game. Again, the final score 41-6. We do have a Final Four for Sales, 37-3, losing to a new opponent this year. I don't remember them ever playing them before, but 37-3 was their final score. And then Eldon was down 3 with about 4 minutes left in the game, so that final should come in. Don't forget, next Friday night we'll be at Eldon as the Eldon Mustangs host the Versailles Tigers. And again, we're waiting for that final, Eldon and Owensville. They were down 3. William will have the post-game interviews coming up in just a moment right here on Lake TV.
Van Subaru proudly supports Children's Mercy. Children's Mercy has served our area for over 125 years with compassionate healthcare, life-changing research, and breakthrough innovations. We believe in their mission to provide world-class healthcare, creating more well-being for children and their families. Since 2009, Subaru and their retailers have donated over $256 million to charity, and we're grateful to support our local community. Learn more at vansubaru.com.
'Cause all roads lead to Van.
Friday Night Lights, packed stadiums, school pride on full display. As families travel across mid-Missouri supporting student athletes, remember that getting there safely is more important than the final score.
Put the phone down, buckle up, and stay focused behind the wheel. Together, we can make every trip to the game a safe one. This Drive Safe, Boat Safe message is brought to you by Price & Randall, injury attorneys.
What's happening at the lake? Social media's chaos. It's hard to tell what's real and what's fake. That's why we built the Lake Expo app. Real news, everything boating, events that matter. The lake is here. Download the Lake Expo app today.
Back here on Lake TV, part of our Van Subaru post-game show. I got head coach Clardy here with the Bolivar Liberators. And coach, 41-6, how do you sum up week one's ball game?
Just extremely proud of how we attacked last week. We knew things we needed to work on, the turnover margin, tackling better. And I saw our guys finishing tackles in the backfield, finishing tackles behind where they made contact. It just shows that we're not giving up any extra yards, and then taking care of the football. We were +2 in the turnover margin. We talked about that before the game. Got a great chance of winning the game whenever you do that.
I'll talk about you guys defer, right? You give Osage the football, get a huge stop, and then at that point in time, you guys never looked back.
Yeah, once we got the momentum, and our guys too, just we never wanted to be comfortable with where we were at. We always wanted to keep the pedal down, and we put ourselves in a lot of adversity tonight, but we stayed together, and they kept battling no matter what. And I could see the energy just building this week, and walking the halls, and they were just getting more and more amped up. And tonight we just turned them loose, and man, it was great to see them go out and do that and face adversity as a family by giving up 4th down and longs with a penalty and just mental things that we can fix, but then still getting a turnover and getting a stop there. So just great things all around. Still things to work on, but we're very happy with what we did tonight.
It's not often a team has 3 touchdowns called back due to penalty, and it doesn't come back to hurt them a bit.
I told him, I was like, dude, you're leading the country right now in touchdowns called back, and I'm sorry that happened, but you know, that was another thing too, is that they found a way to answer, and we've got so many playmakers they just got to look for the next guy to step up and make a play. And Braden just kept trusting, and he got 3 called back, but he also made big blocks downfield that sprung some of those long touchdowns too. So just extremely proud of their heart and how they had answered when those bad things happened, because that's a momentum killer for the other team, but then it comes right back on us, and then we went back and scored a couple plays later. So just really proud of how they answered to that.
All right, before we introduce our player of the game, I got to ask you, 3-7 a year ago, Coach, a lot of these kids you're familiar with. You know them better than anyone. How big is a win like this starting out your season?
It's huge, and it's great because, like we talked before the game, I've known some of these kids since they were little, since they were 4 or 5 years old, just because friends with my daughters, and I've been watching them play sports. And so to see them go out and have success, and to see them go out and just have fun and ball with each other and just have a blast, it means a lot. It just shows their investment to the community and shows their investment to the family. So it's just great to see them be able to go out there and reap the rewards of that.
Coach, congrats. We talked about him before the game. Your senior quarterback in his 3rd year of starting. I'm not sure that he's done this the last 2 years, but he was unstoppable before I talked with him. What can you say about your senior quarterback, Chapel Banner?
Yeah, like we talked about before the game, just the leadership he shows on, off the field, everything he does, the guys are going to follow him. There's a reason he's been named captain 2 years in a row. But whenever he came out tonight, and you could tell just by the way he was running the football, he put the team on his back, and 5 total touchdowns, and he just balled out. But the great thing is he doesn't care about any of that stuff, and I know that that's how he is in his heart. He cares about us winning and going out and doing great things and doing things to put his teammates in better position to be successful. So that's the greatest thing about him as a leader, is that he doesn't care about all the other stats and all that. He wants to win and do whatever he can to help us. So that's why he's player of the game, man. He did a great job.
Coach Clardy, been a pleasure covering you. Congrats, man, on the win. Good luck the rest of the way. And without further ado, my man, your Make It Home Missouri player of the game, Chapel Banner. Unfortunately, you weren't starting for me this week in fantasy, but you put on a clinic. Talk about what this means to you guys coming out here and putting on a show.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't say enough about the community of Bolivar. They just back us. These guys have worked so hard. Honestly, the community, they are great. We weren't really expecting, we didn't know what we were going to expect coming into the season, but just doing this synced to the level of our training, it's just been great. It's just great to start out like that, and hopefully we can keep it rolling. So, yeah.
For you, you've been the starting quarterback, but coming in your senior year, you've been waiting for this for a long time, right? So it's your year. You come into Osage, one of the tougher places to play, maybe have a career day. What was going through your head as you had this flawless performance?
Well, I will say, like, Osage is a great atmosphere, and honestly, coming in here my sophomore year, I was freaking out a little bit, I'm not going to lie, for my first start, but I think just flipping the energy and just using it. It's this great atmosphere. Like I said, we had a great showing of fans, and I just really appreciate everybody coming. It's a long drive. So, yeah, I can't say enough about our fans and our community. So, yeah.
I got to ask you this. Your head coach, you guys seem super close as a team, as a unit. How much does it mean for you and your guys to get this win for Coach Clardy?
I mean, it's great. He comes in here, and he works his tail off. I've never had to question him caring. I just really appreciate him as a coach. He puts in so many extra hours, and and all our other coaches too. They're up watching film. We'll be up at 8 a.m. They'll be up at 7 a.m. tomorrow watching film. Sunday, like, they just put in so much time, and I'm really grateful to do it for them too. So, yeah.
I gotta ask you before I let you go. Do you have a nickname, Chapel?
Everybody's called me Chap.
I figured they would call you Pinball. Watching you tonight just bounce off the defenders, man, you were unbelievable. Hey, seriously, congrats on that performance. Good luck the rest of the way. I'll be following you guys and expecting big things from your Make It Home Missouri player of the game for Week 1, Chapel Banner. From the Bolivar Liberators, driving safely is a lot like school athletics. A winning game plan, players who all contribute, and each of us buckling up and putting our phones down, slowing down and driving sober. Now remember, these simple actions will help save lives. Tonight's player of the game brought to you by our friends at Make It Home Missouri. That's going to do it for me down here on the field. But to wrap up for us, up in the booth, my partner in crime, Mike Bissell.
Well, we do have a final for the Eldon. We do have some good news tonight. The Eldon Mustangs scored with about 40 seconds left in the game to win over Owensville by a score of 27-23. So we'll see the Eldon Mustangs next Friday night as they host For Sales. For Sales taking on the Chin from Skyline tonight. 37-3. That program's been down, and they're trying to turn things around. They'll try to do it against apparently a pretty good Eldon team who got the win against Owensville tonight. That's been a great series over the years to start the non-conference portions of the schedule. So 41-6, a very impressive win for Bolivar, and Osage falls obviously to 0-1. For Will and the entire Lake TV staff, thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you next Friday night from Eldon, and good night.
So what are you in for? I had a few beers and I decided to drive. You? I stopped at a green light. I was high.
Dude, you can't be drunk or high while driving.
Yeah, that's illegal.
Even just slightly buzzed or high decreases your reaction time by at least 50%.
What?
It does.
Well, what did you guys do?
Us, we robbed the house.
Be a good guy. Don't drive drunk or high.